a bit awkward cause we don't have much in common. People say we're alike, they say we've got the same hair. We talk about making music, but I don't know if it's honest. Can't tell if you wanna see me falling over and falling, and you can't tell what you're feeling. I think I know how you feel. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. How do you feel being a girl? How do you feel being a girl? And I don't know, I'm just a girl. Well, honestly, I was speechless when I woke up to your voice. Now you told me how you'd been feeling. Let's work it out on the remix. You'd always say let's go out, but then I'd cancel last minute. I was so lost in my head and scared to be in the pictures. Cause for the last couple years I've been at war in my body. I tried to starve myself thinner, and then I gained all the way back. I was trapped in the hatred, and your life seemed so awesome. I never thought for a second my voice was in your head. Girl, you walk like a bitch. When I was 10 someone said that, and it's just self-defense until you're building a weapon. She believed my protection, and now I totally get it. Forgot that inside that icon there's still a young girl from Essex. People say we're alike, they say we've got the same hair. It's you and me on the coin the industry loves to spend. And when we put this to bed, the internet will go crazy. I'm glad I know how you feel, cause I ride for you, Charlie. Girl, Charlie. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Girl, girl, girl. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Girl, girl, girl. How do you feel being a girl? How do you feel being a girl? And I don't know, I'm just a girl.
Bye. Good morning, ladies. I hope you're all having a good day. Well, a good start to the day. And good afternoon to the people in the UK. It's just turned the afternoon here. So obviously, I was in the bushes, and the drama just doesn't stop over this side of the YouTube streets. So I did say if there was anything juicy happening, I'd come out the bushes and I'd like insert myself into it. Because at this point, I've consistently said, look, if Katie doesn't shut the fuck up, I'm not going to shut the fuck up, okay? So I started to see this like slow progression between Kiwi Farms and Nicolina, and I called it from jump. I knew that no matter what, out of everybody in this entire fucking community, people from troll communities that Katie doesn't like, myself, for some reason, I could do the most to Katie. Other people could do the most to her. And ultimately, Nicolina is always going to be her main focus, okay? Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is, look, even Squids wrote a fucking solid comment today, and me and Squids do not like each other. We've actually never really gotten on, very briefly. But we've never, ever, ever seen eye to eye. We've never gotten along. Even Squids is on Nicolina's side, and Squids hates Nicolina. Like, he hates Nicolina so much. And what you're seeing is a bunch of people who really don't like each other, who really don't get along. All have come to the same conclusion, that there's one common denominator here, and there's a consistent pattern of behavior coming from Katie, where she goes out, she seeks out other people, and she attempts to weaponize them and get them to fight her battles. And that is what consistently has been happening with Katie this entire time on here. And hey, everybody in the chat. So obviously, I was friends with Katie for a really long time, and I spoke to Katie probably more than anybody else has ever spoken to her, other than Peachy and Michelle. But it was consistently up there every single day, right? I know Katie like the back of my hand. I know what bothers her. I know what makes her really cry. I know what makes her fake cry. I know how her brain works. I know what she plans to do. I know shit that she's going to do before she even fucking does it, okay? Like, she's really easy to work out. She plays the same game with every single person, every new person that she meets. And it does not matter. And I'm going to give some examples, right? So, there was Nicolina, Brett, Tonic, right? That we were all fighting with. And even though Brett was doing the most, Brett was really, really doing the most. He was regularly talking about Bird's kids. He was regularly talking about my minor niece. He was regularly talking about Katie, her grandparents, regularly doxing her, regularly sharing the family home. He was doing the most. Now, he dragged Katie for filth day in and day out. He also spoke on Peach's kids, and he spoke on everybody. Like, he was doing the fucking most. We were all here for it. We seen it, right? How come Katie's focus was never really the people doing the most? Nicolina was covering it from the sidelines and other people was talking about it in the community. However, she was always hell-bent on trying to get Nicolina harmed. She wasn't sending over anything regarding Brett to people. She wasn't trying to get Brett fucked with in real life. It was always her focus was Nicolina. So I'm going to give an example, right? Nicolina would go live and she would absolutely instigate, stir the fuck up. She would repeat things on Brett's channel. But ultimately, Brett was doing the most to Katie. He was doing the most to everybody else, right? And he had this whole mass hole attachment too. Like, it was all just really sinister, really bad going on at the time, right? So, and this is exactly what happened for people that do not know the timeline of how William Gloryhole came back over to this community. So we're all fighting with Brett, and Tonic used to be from the Cyrex community, okay? Now, everybody already knows that, right? It's no biggie. So what had happened was, in the weeks leading up to Marty's death, Marty had ended up coming over around Tonic's, like just popping in, popping his eyeballs in and leaving, right? So Tonic had like ended up peeking his eyeballs in over at the Cyrex community. Now, Nicolina and Tonic, they were cool with each other, and obviously everybody's aware that Nicolina has a relationship with Chicky. Chicky is obviously Tonic's girlfriend. I don't know whether they're currently still dating, but I know at the time they were absolutely dating. So Chicky and Nicolina are close. They get on with each other. They still get on with each other today. And Nicolina was also a friend of Tiny T's, who was also dating Brett. So they were all on the same side. Now, obviously, when the news broke that Marty had died, Nicolina was on a panel with AC and with Tonic at the time. And Nicolina had also followed Marty's live streams and the whole Cyrex community stuff. Like, she knows about that community. I personally don't, so I'm not going to really speak on it too much than what I already have looking back at live streams, what I see in them. I don't know that community. I'm basically just not the troll type under any circumstances. I don't even like that shit. I don't judge other people if they like trolling and stuff like that. I just, like, I'd rather watch somebody clean up or hoover up. Like, I'm just not about that life, the troll life. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I just don't like it. So, anyways, and this is how William and Katie got back in contact fully. So, and this is what I was told by Katie herself and by other people in that little clique. So Katie was still covering Ernie Shell, and she was still fighting with Tonic with us. She was still fighting with Brett with us. We were still on this side and they were still on that side, and all the fighting was still happening. And Nicolina was doing exactly what she does now, which was if anything major happened, she'd go live and cover it, right? No difference. So all of a sudden, Marty had died. And on a live stream, and I believe I'm going to recall it right, it was on Lisa B's. There was a live stream, and AC was up on the panel, and Tonic was up on the panel, and everybody was talking about the potential that Marty had died. Now, it was obviously a big deal in this community because what a lot of people don't realize is Tonic's community is actually from the Cyrex community. A large majority of them started over in that community and then ended up branching off and making their own community and finding Andrew Dramadome. And this is Tonic is in now the Andrew Dramadome community. That's his community. He built it from the ground up. He had the 20k channel. He was the big deal. He was the one that went out and found Tonic. Catgun comes from over there too. Like a large majority of people came from that community and they settled here, right? And then over time, it's become the settlement, the shit show, but they were all friends of Andrew. And the reason why I'm explaining this is because a lot of people don't know the true history of like this community or anything about it. So Nicolina up on that panel, she ended up making a call to verify, because everybody had questions, right? To verify if Marty had actually died, right? She dropped off the panel, she went and made the call, she come back up, she confirmed that he had in fact died. It was legit. There was there was an obituary made, there was all this other stuff, right? They were all talking about that shit on the panel. All these other communities was talking about it. A large majority of people was talking about like old times with Marty and stuff like that. And then Tonic ended up going doing his live stream. Within 12 hours of that live stream happening, I don't know who that stock account is, but I'm just going to get rid of it because I just don't allow stock accounts. Okay. Stock accounts like other people's names and it gets confusing. So, and I hope you don't mind. So obviously, from the inside, right, inside the Discord, I was sent a message by Katie and I was told, hold on a minute, I'm just checking I didn't hit anybody else. And by the way, sorry Dagmar for accidentally hitting you and blocking you. So anyways, I was told by Katie herself that she had come from the Cyrex community and that she was a friend of Marty's, right? And that's honest to God what I was told, right? And I'm not here to debate whether she was a friend of Marty or how close they was or any of that bullshit. I'm just going to repeat word for word what I was told by Katie. So I was told by Katie that she was a friend of Marty's, she knew him personally, and she's really upset by what Nicolina did, okay? And Nicolina's fucked up. They are going to destroy her life for what she's done to Marty. Katie then said how she had come from that community and still had connections over in that community where she could reach out to them. And she wanted to try and reach out and send them the clip of Nicolina on the panel. And she said that she would be doing that later that day. No, Dagmar, I ended up unblocking you. I accidentally hit you last live stream by mistake. But then I was told I hit you by in the live stream, so I went back and unblocked you. I'm an idiot, honestly. I always be hitting everybody. I be getting confused sometimes with socks. That's why I just don't allow sock accounts. They be getting too confused. Okay. But I hope everybody's having a good day that's popping in. It's like story time today with me. It's a chilled story time. So that was my first ever time hearing about Marty's name from any of them. It was my first time hearing about like I didn't even know who the fuck Cyrex was. And Katie had yet to cover any Cyrex material. She was still covering Ernie Shell and she was still fighting with Tonic and that. So she had said like, oh no, this is a really big deal. Like Nicolina fucked up. And she was going to go over to the Cyrex community and she wanted to provide them with the receipt of Nicolina on Lisa B's panel. And she said that really bad stuff was going to happen to Nicolina. Okay. That is a very clear black and white of who Katie is. Katie is. She's constantly sitting back. She's constantly watching everything. She's waiting for her opportunity, her moment to strike. And is she going to personally strike herself? No, she's not. She hasn't got it in her to truly do it herself. She's weak as fuck. She is too scared. We're all mad. Everybody's mad. She's too weak and scared. Have a good day at work, Dagmar. Yeah, she does have flying monkeys. Heck, me, Traitors, Peach, we were all one of her flying monkeys at once. Bird was too. At one point, she even used Nicolina. It's like, there's a consistent pattern here. So she said that all this bad stuff was going to happen to Nicolina. Now, that is a clear intention to go and seek out another group. And what seeking out is, for people that don't truly understand, is seeking out is when you want to do something. You are drawn to go and do something. You want to seek out the individuals. You want to seek out the person. There's a reason always behind it. There's an agenda. There's a goal. Okay. And when you go and seek out an individual in the way that Katie's doing it, and she's saying why she's doing it, which is Nicolina's going to get fucked up. So she knew the consequences of going over there, providing them with the clip, and then providing them with the docs of Nicolina's, and ultimately attempting to get her posted, right? Now, what ended up happening was Katie went over there and it didn't work out for her too good, right? Let me just break it down for you what actually happened. So Katie goes over there initially, and this was when Marty first died. And she makes back contact with people in the Cyrex community, and she starts nipping over there and she's hanging around. And she very quickly becomes consumed with that community. And instead of them going after Nicolina, they don't, okay? They don't do that. None of them do that. And none of them even latch on to the whole Nicolina stuff. They don't even post a clip. What ends up happening is Katie ends up trying to get their attention and it fails epically. But what does end up happening is Katie ends up reconnecting with William. She ends up hanging out with William. William ends up then popping into some of her live streams. And I've always said this from jump. I've always believed, based on things that I've been made aware of, messages that I've seen between them both and their interaction, that William has a soft spot for Katie. William absolutely does like her. Katie originally definitely liked William. There was a weird little triangle going on during the whole bird saga. And then I'll go into that later. So, and that's my personal opinion. It's something I've always had an opinion of, okay? Tarek was last option. And Tarek was only an option because William went back over to Kenner Kickers. Like, that's truly what I believe. So, long story short, it didn't work out for her. They weren't really interested in going after Nicolina or anybody over here. However, what did begin was the reconnection between Katie and William and some other individuals. So Katie ended up having live streams about Ernie and roping William in to fuck with Ernie, okay? Now, we all seen that play out, okay? We all seen the Ernie stuff. We don't even need to go over that and break that shit down. Now, way after the fact, and a long time later, when they're covering the Ernie stuff, Nicolina goes up onto Ernie's panel, and Nicolina and William end up getting into it on Ernie's live stream, right? Now, bear in mind, Marty had been dead for over a month, okay? He'd already been provided with a clip of Nicolina. He was already on countless live streams of Katie's where Katie kept bringing up Nicolina, and he was like very dismissive. He wasn't taking Katie's bait with Nicolina. He just wasn't interested. He was obviously there for the Ernie stuff, right? It was very, very clear to anybody. So Nicolina's up on the panel with Ernie, and Nicolina goes, and we all remember this live stream. It was a big, it was shared by everybody, right? And the live stream was William's in the chat with Katie, Nicolina's up on the panel with Ernie, and Nicolina turns on and says to Ernie, you're going to end up getting a load of trolls. You don't know who this community is. You're going to end up inviting in a load of trolls to fuck with you, because Katie was attempted to buddy troll Ernie, and you're not thinking about your sister or your mother or stuff like that. Like, fuck you, Ernie. What happens to you happens to you, but you got family members that you need to think about. So anyways, the next time Katie goes live, the William and Nicolina feud had began, okay? And only then that William got his own personal feelings but her, and only when William got called out by Nicolina on the panel did he then latch onto posting the clip of Nicolina and doxing her and trying to incite people to go raw life on her, okay? Which obviously, the minute that it happened, Katie messaged me the DM that we all know about today, obviously. And that was when Katie felt like, and other people felt like, William's community was going to go drastic on Nicolina. And in the live streams that they had, they were celebrating, and I was like, what the fuck is the longest summer ever? And I was like, oh, they explained it. They were celebrating in Katie's live streams, Nicolina getting cement and Nicolina getting manure and Nicolina getting door knocks and saying that she fucked around, she's going to find out. Very similar to the live stream that happened last night, but instead of it being the PsyOps community, it's now Kiwi Farms, okay? And they're almost like a mirror image of each other. Now, if you look at like the timeline, we're nearly a year on now in May. May's next month, okay? We're in April right now. May's next month. So if you think about it, Katie's still doing the same pattern of behavior that she started to do in April last year. So in April, she spent the whole month trying to get Nicolina posted and fucked with, to then message me and celebrate the fact that she did in fact end up getting Nicolina posted, and she was hoping Nicolina was going to get door knocks and all this stuff sent to her home. So this is a consistent pattern of behavior that started in April last year towards Nicolina. Now, what Nicolina with Marty situation, William took that as an opportunity to try and get Nicolina fucked with, and he wanted to present it to his audience and his community under like manipulation. He didn't go into detail and be like, hey, this Nicolina lady that I've now went and picked a fight with because I'm so involved in drama with women has given me shit back on the panel, and now I'm like having a handbag fight with her over in Ernie Shell's live stream. I was sent this clip a month ago. I was also played the clip 3 times on Katie's live streams throughout the month of April 2025. And I never once cared or reacted or chose to share it. Only once Nicolina called me out by my name in Ernie Shell's and dog walked me and embarrassed me in front of every single person in the live stream did I then proceed to go post her docs and the audio involving Marty. Okay. So Katie at that point latched onto it, and she thought that she had found a group of people that she knew to be disgusting garbage human beings, that she knew to go disgustingly real life. Now remember what Katie said about people that go real life. If you go real life, you're disgusting, you're demonic, you're virtually raping people. You are the lowest form of human on here, okay? That is Katie's description of anybody who goes real life, especially when it's against herself. She has stated many times how those type of people deserve a bullet between the eyes and all this other nonsense, okay? However, when it's against people that she doesn't like, she celebrates it. Katie only has an issue when it happens towards herself. So she has been using people on this platform, and not just any old people. She seeks out the worst possible type of people, and we're going to bring myself into it and others in a second, right? They're people that fuck with mentally challenged. They send door knocks, they send pizzas, they send items, they contact family members, they contact jobs, they contact CPS. They do the fucking most in the Cyrex community, and they are absolutely consumed with things sexual over in that community. They are the worst. Okay? Now, when that didn't work in that community and Nicolina went live and was like, well, give me my longest summer ever, okay? And we're all sat back waiting for this longest summer to play out. And we start realizing after like a week, after 2 weeks, that William doesn't have the pull that he tries to make out he has, and nothing has happened to Nicolina. And Nicolina had went live every single day, waiting for all this stuff to happen to her. And Nicolina was live streaming, being real cocky in the back garden and in the front garden and sat on the porch. And you know what never happened? She had an absolutely glorious summer. It wasn't long. It was just normal like any other summer. And she was out there drinking her drinks, laughing and joking with her husband. And she had a very blissful summer. But what did happen was, within 2 weeks of the longest summer ever live that Katie did on Nicolina, Katie herself ended up having the longest summer ever, and actually getting every single thing that she had wanted to happen to Nicolina ended up happening to Katie. And Nicolina, just the same way that Katie went and celebrated her situation, Nicolina went and celebrated it happening to Katie. So did other people, okay? So Katie went out, she sought out that behavior, she seeked it out. Now, sometimes when you go looking for something and you seek it out, you get exactly what you're looking for, right? She went out and she sought out and she wanted the attention of that community. Well, she got the attention of that community. She got the attention of the trolls that she went out there for. And it ended up backfiring on her, because sometimes when you go looking for something and you seek it out, there's a consequence for that type of behavior. And look, every action, there's a consequence. And she ended up inviting negativity over into her community and into her chat, and she ended up getting fucked with in the worst way possible, okay? She wasn't thinking, she was too busy thinking of Nicolina's parents, Nicolina's daughter, Nicolina's family members, that she wasn't thinking of her own family, okay? She had become so consumed with Nicolina and filled with hate that she had become absolutely obsessed with another person's family members and forgot her own, okay? Because at the forefront of this, it's all the fucking internet, it's all clout, right? None of this shit really means anything. You should always think about your family, okay? You should also think about, if I go out there and do X, Y, and Z, it has the potential to backfire on me, and it can happen to me and my family, okay? And Katie has never, ever, ever truly experienced shit until she had her longest summer ever. So she truly does not understand that type of thought process. She went out there and she was looking to harm other people's families. She got her own family fucked with, right? And she got fucked with. And she's been crying about it ever since. So from June 27th, Katie has consistently cried relentlessly about a situation that happened to her that she went out there and sought out and she invited into her chat. And we are still hearing about it today in 2026. Now, Katie, your behavior and what you do, okay, has a ripple effect. And here we are, and now you're about to repeat the same mistake that you made in April last year, and you're about to do it again, okay, but with a different group of people. And you're going to have the same results, and I'm promising you, you are, okay, Katie? You're going to have the same results that you had before, okay? She is too dumb to see it. Very dumb. Oh, guys, she is too dumb to see it. The same way that your card got marked last year in you sealed your own fate, I can confirm with you your card has been marked due to your behavior of seeking out individuals that you acknowledge is dangerous, that you acknowledge is going real life, that you acknowledge is going to send stuff to people's homes, to contact family members, to contact jobs, to do the most. You have now had your card, and I'm going to tell you who sealed your card. The very woman that you've been targeting for years and trying to get her to be the main focus has now sealed your card, and I can confirm she sealed it. I've seen it, and I'm going to shut the fuck up, okay? You have such a huge shock coming your way, and you were never going to stop with Nicolina until real life harm come to her. You have relentlessly gone out your way. Nobody is going to feel sorry for you. Nobody is going to have sympathy for you. You have been trying for a year now to have her real life fucked with. And I want to bring in the factor of myself, right? When the Cyrex community didn't do Katie's bidding, Katie came to Bird to fuck with Nicolina. She came to myself to fuck with Nicolina. She absolutely was latched onto traitors to fuck with Nicolina. She went around everywhere trying to get Nicolina fucked with. She was in my DMs trying to get shit to happen to Nicolina. Now, am I like the Cyrex community? No. But I do have a reputation in my old community in true crime. As in, I just don't follow the whole doxing thing. And I get it, like, other people do. I just don't follow that. Like, I come from the true crime community in a Facebook group. So it's hard to explain to people. Like, I started on there with legal names, and everybody that I knew in my community, I knew all their legal names. We all had our Facebook's wide open, public, and we did that consistently for like 2-3 years. So it's really hard for me to change my mindset and look at people's legal names as like doxing and stuff like that. So I get it, like these communities have like certain rules about private information and names and stuff of that nature. And I understand why they do, because it can end up causing like severe effects for the person if their identity comes out. We've seen it happen. So I do get it. And I understand why that's in place. So obviously, I have come from a community where I have a reputation in my old community for sending people to courthouses to get court documents, getting people to do FOIA requests, having people contact people's employments, getting body cam, using people's legal names, sharing arrest records, full docs, full disclosure, and everything, okay? I have been known, like, we'll just say it, when I doxed Squishy, I went and reached out to her entire family and interviewed them on, like, reached out. Like, Katie knew this about me, And the reason why I'm bringing up the squishy thing is she was made aware that I was a real lifer, okay? And that's what it's classed under. It's classed under a real lifer. Okay, so what had happened was Katie was made aware with information that I was a real lifer and that I had doxed Squishy, okay? And that I had reached out to her family and that I had done X, Y, and Z and all this other stuff, okay? Long story short, Katie decided, once she found out that I was a real lifer, to proceed by adding me on Discord. Ever since that point that she found out that I went real life on people, there was a very change of pattern of behavior with Katie, okay? And this is my experience with her. And it's very similar to when she found out Nicolina doxes people and goes real life. So she began to send me things on Nicolina. Now, within 2 days of her adding me on Discord, she sent me 4 paragraphs, large ones, about how I should stay away from Nicolina and how she has done X, Y, and Z and how Nicolina has contacted her family and done this, this, and this, okay? Big, long paragraphs. Huge. I've shown them on my other channel. We've all seen them, okay? And then she, very slowly but surely, ends up playing the victim. And AC said it yesterday. Nicolina also said it. Exact same experience. Asks for help. Help me, help me, help me. Okay? I can guarantee you, Katie's DMs with William is asking for help. Well, actually, I know 2 of them are, because she did ask for help against people from Kennel Kickers, because when she screenshotted the messages to me involving her and William, she was asking William for help. So I can guarantee her messages with everybody is the same, okay? That's 6 different people in different sides of the community that all are unconnected that she went around and asked for help from. I can guarantee you, because she is in DMs with the people on Kiwi Farms, that she is asking for help and she was providing them with doxes, the same way that she was doing it with me. Now, Katie now likes to go, oh, well, Caley's a psychopath from the UK and all this other stuff. Yet you knew I was nutty when you met me, Katie. You were also made aware that I went real life, and I never denied going real life. I owned it, and everybody remembers it. You even said on your live streams many times, referring to me and Bird, how we go real life. We are not to be fucked with. We're not to be messed with. We will fuck with people in their real lives. Okay. You knew that. You said it, and you have come to me relentlessly and played victim and made out that all this god awful shit is happening to you. And yeah, I'm nutty. Look, I am nutty. I'm never gonna be anything else, okay? And you knew what you were doing by seeking me out, the same way you knew what you were doing by seeking William out. You came to me because you wanted me to fuck with Nicolina and Doxer. You wanted me to fuck with the Mean Girls. You wanted me to have issues with Nicolina, okay? And exactly, Ashley, she could just do it her fucking damn self. She will never do anything her damn self because she doesn't want to ruin her internet reputation, her brand. Well, bitch, your brand's ruined now, isn't it? Because all you got to do, your brand's so fucking ruined, your legal name's attached to it. Your brand's ruined that it's attached to like the Temu version of fucking Kiwi Farms. Not even the real side of Kiwi Farms, the ones with all the thousands of people on it, like the actual real side of it. Like, you're attached to the Temu version of Kiwi Farms of like 15 fucking incels on it, retarded, like the most disgusting stuff, like threatening to unalive children on the first homepage. Like, you're attached to that shit, and there's more arseholes on there and more Cyrex's dick than anywhere else. And you're one of the biggest fucking incels that like, you're their cheerleaders. So anybody looking at that unconnected, they're going to think, oh my God, Katie's their hero and they're doing all this shit for Katie. And look at what these incel weirdos get up to in their spare time. They're doxing kids. Katie's doing interviews with them. They're threatening CPS. They're threatening to contact all sorts of businesses. They're posting people's nudes. They're targeting mentally challenged people. They're laughing at people inserting things into their anus by force. And you're now attached to that, Katie. You're the ringleader. You wanted that so bad, and you were worried about your fucking brand. You ruined your brand. You ruined your image. And God forbid you ever did decide to go and get like a proper career at this point. Oh, your internet search history ruined, destroyed, in the absolute garbage. Okay. So I know how you and like Mama T and the others go, 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 go. Okay. Hold the phone, go. Like, you destroyed yourself, you dumb bitch. And before that, you didn't have a fucking internet footprint. Okay? It's game over. Game over. She has done it. And she did it all to her damn self. And I can't believe that she thought they would be a good look for her. John, a pedophile, a good look. William Gloryhole, a good look. There's a reason why William goes by anonymous name, like, and his identity isn't out there, because it's not a good look. Okay? It's a really bad look. And if his identity came out, he would run offline so fucking fast, because it's a really bad look to be William Gloryhole and attached to the bullshit that he does. Okay? But at least William's sensible enough to go and be anonymous. Instead, Katie, that entire community relies on them all being anonymous. CIA Hole, anonymous. Do you know why these places are all full of anonymous people? Because they do degenerate, deviant behavior that would result in their entire lives being ruined. And do you know why everybody on Kiwi Farms is anonymous, love? I'm going to explain it to you. Because you're so fucking slow. They will never ever have their legal names attached to their dirty, nasty little thread with all that incel, weirdo, sexual deviant behavior played out as they laugh about people's Cyrex's penis being inflamed because he was asked to put stuff inside of it. He will, like, no one else on there is dumb enough to willingly want to be put on it. Do you get what I'm saying? I am actually very proud, and I just want to say this, and I want to celebrate all of us that get put on there. Anybody who gets put on there in being attacked by people on Kiwi Farms, can we all just have a moment of silence and say thank fucking God that they posted us on there, so everybody who ever clicks on that dirty, disgusting thread, they know that we don't support them, and we do not support the stuff that they're aligned with. We don't support William Gloryhole. We do not support Katie. We don't support any of the fuckers on there. We do not support the Cyrex stuff with his penis. We don't want to see Cyrex's butthole. We don't want to see his penis all red and inflamed. We do not want to see mentally challenged people from group homes, abused, sexually abused in their real lives. We are not aligned with that. Okay? We are better than that. We are the people that speak out about it, and we end up getting posted on there by the people that like to engage in that type of behavior. Fuck around to find out. Go real life for me. I can't wait to go live on Facebook, Katie. Go real life, and it's all going to come back on you, okay? Like, you don't understand the door that you've opened. You think me and Nicolina, two people who started on Facebook, ain't ready to fire up live streams on Facebook and tag all your real life family members in it? Hey, Guinea. You think we ain't ready to make a show of you? Well, yeah, what happened was Katie and her buddies on Kiwi Farms are relentlessly trying to fuck with us and fuck with real life stuff and do their most. And all we're doing over here is calling out their degenerate sexual behavior towards very vulnerable, mentally challenged adults that are in group home settings, that are trying to get away from these people so bad that they keep trying to kill themselves and commit suicide on live streams. Katie, we are so ready for you, bitch. You're ready to insert yourself and get these people like to do your bidding. You're the target, dummy. You are the target. We're not interested in the Kiwi Farms. We're going to use what you're doing with Kiwi Farms in order to put the nail in your coffin and destroy you. Okay? You were always the focus, bitch. So all you've done, all this big elaborate plan and the scheme, the same way that you thought it was going to work out for you last year in 2025, and now we're a year on, and you think it's going to work out again. It's not, honey. It's not. Okay? So I'm ready. Whenever people want to say go, I'm ready. Like, if you think people haven't found your entire fucking friends list, everybody you've ever been attached with in multiple different states, your family's friends, if you think that we ain't ready to humiliate the fuck out of you in the largest way possible and absolutely go to town on you, you are sadly mistaken. And you know what? Kennel kickers are fucking faggots in comparison to what's going to actually happen to you. Okay? You should have been real happy with your fucking door knock on your pizza that you had for 5 days. At least a door knock on a pizza. What's even worse than that is completely humiliating you in real life and showing the disgusting garbage behavior that you are attached to, and that you are ranting and raving and promoting these dirty fuckers all over Kiwi Farms that are literally trying to incite children to be killed. You know, you did an interview with Bionicles. Bionicles have got four comments, maybe more, on that dirty site, literally wishing death on a child and rape. And they saying making threats towards a minor child. And that's your buddy that you promote. That's who you went to for an interview. That's who you're in DMs with. The same Bionicles who I did a deep dive in and pulled all the nasty shit off them for the last fucking 5 years, has been consistently involved in all the nasty, degenerate, fucking dirty, disgusting sexual behavior by multiple people. Bionicles needs their own fucking thread on Kiwi Farms. They need their own Facebook group. They need their own form. Like, they are disgusting. They have been involved in all the Dylan stuff, like laughing at it, promoting it, sharing it, documenting it, backing the people up who did it, making excuses for him, saying it's funny, saying he deserved it. Like, it's coming very soon, but what you don't realize is people have Dylan's diagnoses now. Okay? They have 5 to 6 diagnoses of Dylan's. They know where he goes and gets a weekly injection, Katie. They know that he is schizophrenic. They know that he goes and gets an injection that he's been on for years. They know what medication he is under. They know the surgery that he goes, the out of hours, the nurses. They now know everything to counter every single lie and piece of bullshit that you say. There is now receipts, okay? And for people that don't understand schizophrenia, I'm going to break it down because people think I'm a dummy. I'm not. Like, when I left school, I went straight into employment, okay? And people have already seen my receipts. I then worked in social care, okay? And I already put out fucking hell 3 times all my certificates that I've got. Like, I know I'm not the best at spelling. That's the dyslexia, okay? However, I know my shit. Like, schizophrenia is so severe, right? And it is constant in a state, and this will go for mild, right? They have episodes of manic behavior where psychosis sets in, okay? They often battle with suicidal thoughts. It is the most severe mental health diagnosis that you can get ever, okay? It is an absolute life sentence. It is so severe that America and the UK, for every single schizophrenic person that is battling, they no longer have rights. They don't have the same rights and privileges that we have, Katie, because they cannot mentally do what they need to do. They can't make the right decisions. It definitely is Crafty Cat. And they are required to take medication, and they are required when it's extremely severe to have a injection. In the UK, we call the injection a depot. Okay. Now, going back to like the 90s, okay. In the 90s, it was really handled very differently. They would often take people out of the community and place them straight into mental health hospitals. They didn't know what to do with them, and they would give them medication, right? Things have advanced now, and there is nurses and there's centers and there's a system in place and there's support out there that they try and manage schizophrenia in the community. However, there are things as in group homes and mental health facilities and hubs that are specifically the owners. And when I say the owners of the schizophrenic person, okay, they are the ones that in a roll of a dice can say, hey, you are no longer allowed out in society. You're coming with us. There's no court hearings. There's no anything happening. Like, there's no debate in it. You're immediately coming with us. And whether that's forcefully or willingly, you are then taken from society. Okay? And that is absolutely what happens with people with schizophrenia, because it is such a severe mental health condition that the psychosis or the manic episode can take over, and it can end up having dire consequences, placing others in danger, placing themselves in danger, cutting open their body parts. People with schizophrenia typically start out on tablet form medication, and then it progresses into injection form. Now, every 2 weeks, Dylan has an injection into his backside, which helps the psychosis and the voices in his head and all the other behavior around the schizophrenia. It suppresses it. Does it fully take it away? Absolutely not. Okay, there isn't a cure for schizophrenia, and that's a fact. It's at this point there isn't a cure. You're never fully recovered. You have ups and downs. Now, the reason why that's important is because when you're having your ups, you are typically discharged from under the care of the hospital, the hub, the group home. And when you're doing good, you'll be able to go home and with family members or return to your own home, and you will have nurses come out, you will have a guardian ad litem, you will have people that care for you. You are not allowed to be in charge of your own finances. You don't have any rights. Okay? Now, that is Dylan's situation. Facts, guys. I'm reading the comments. So, Dylan requires an injection every 2 weeks, not once a month. And I don't know the dosage that he's on, but there's 3 dosage for schizophrenia, okay? And there is typically 2 medications that go with the injection form. And again, I don't know which one Dylan's on, but either way, both of them are absolutely terrible, okay? And you're not even classed as mentally handicapped at that point. You are classed as so mentally psychotic that they can't even send you to jail if you kill somebody, okay? This is a fact, okay? And this is under UK law. Anybody with schizophrenia is not allowed inside a UK prison system, okay? Do you know why? Because the prison is not allowed to force people to have injections. They are not allowed to do that. That means that anybody who commits a crime, whether it be a robbery, whether it be a stabbing, whether it be a gun crime, they don't go into the jails, the prisons, they go to court and a court order is slapped on them and they indefinitely go into a mental health facility. And it's not a typical, oh, you've got to stay in there for 5 years, however long we sentenced to you. It's you're under the care of the state. And if and when they feel like you are fit to return to society, you will be released. So, with schizophrenia, yes, it is, Taco, 100%. It's extremely, yep, Lavender, And Dylan is diagnosed with schizophrenia. He goes to a local facility to have his injection every 2 weeks. He does not even have the medication side form of it. Like, he has progressed, okay? He has been under the state in the USA the entire time that William and Katie has known him. He would, and this is how it works for people, right? With schizophrenia, you can have somebody who's like incredibly violent, and then you can have somebody who is less so, okay? Look, I know what I'm talking about with this stuff, okay? I'm not even going to go into details and overshare too much. There is things that can bring on like psychosis, as in like drug abuse and stuff like that. And that can spiral, and that is a really common thing for happening like young adults. However, what happened with Dylan wasn't that type of situation. Dylan's psychosis started in his early teens, and all of his diagnoses typically started then. What is more commonly known, okay, and that's when like diagnoses are more hereditary and stuff like that. Now, what is more commonly known in today's society is that people who smoke drugs, or they're fallen into heroin addiction, or they smoke spice, or any type of medication, they end up after a while suffering with a thing called drug psychosis that ends up progressing into schizophrenia and other mental health disorders, right? Dylan's situation was from childhood, from his early on teenage years. He was managed under the state, under group homes, and he had social workers. He had a guardian ad litem. He never had any rights legally. And that's why during the whole situation, like him in the Discords, at any single point, he could be removed from his mother's home and sent to the group home. He wasn't allowed to do anything on his own, right? I'm going to stop rambling on about this now, but it bugs me when somebody like Katie, who has no real life experiences, she has barely been out in the real world, okay? She's never had to work a day in her fucking life. She has no real struggles, other than literally like passing around, she's the problem, like passing around HPV, tries to like project her absolute bullshit. And like, everybody's hit the nail on the head. Like, she's just not with it in the real world. Like, you don't know what you're talking about with people with mental health issues. You don't know what the fuck you're even rambling on about in half the live streams that you do. You're not the news. You're not the actual factual. You're a complete fucking idiot, Katie. And if you think that you're going to go up against myself and Nicolina, and we ain't going to destroy your fucking life and destroy your entire image, and you're so worried about your fucking brand, I'd be worried about all the people in your real life that actually have people in their family that has got rather disabled children, disabled adults now, family members with mental health disorders, all the fucking bullshit that you're spewing over there, simping for them dirty fucking Kiwi farm faggot cunts. Like, it just test us, okay? You better go back in your DMs and beg the fuckers to move the fuck on from Nicolina, and you better hope and pray, and I mean hope and pray, that they give a fuck enough about you. And I don't think they do. I don't think you can undo what you've already started. You better hope and pray that all their efforts immediately cease, because it's going to be you in the next 48 hours or 72 hours, that entire life is going to be turned upside down. Soon as the first thing happens to Nicolina, and again, me and Nicolina ain't close, but we are definitely going to be united. If you're going to fuck with Nicolina and you're going to fuck with other people and try and weaponize them, bitch, fuck with us all. Add us all to the list. You added Shannon to the list? Well, guess what? We're writing our names down on the list too. Add us all. Okay? El Candy said it too. Add her too. We all want to be added to the list. Let's see what happens to people on the list. But the only person on the list over here, Katie, is you. We're not doing that to the other people in your live chat. We're not doing that to people that you surround yourself with. Your name, Kathleen Klein, is on our list, okay? And that's the only name on our list. So it's real simple for us. Like, we ain't got these long lists. We're just going to fuck with you, okay? And we've been putting together, yet we do, we ride at dawn, some of each, okay? Fuck around and find out. And do you know what? You fucked up because all of us use our real names and our identity all over Facebook. And if you go on Nicolina's Facebook, her entire fucking friendship group is people online and people from real life. Raindrop, we're adding you to the list. The whores are added to the list. We're all on the list. Add us all. Shazzy's on the list. Put us all on the list. Okay? We are ready to tell people about what you are doing online to people, to mentally challenged people, towards children, Katie. We are ready. Okay? We are not these other people in the other sides of the internet that's anonymous, that have to worry about that type of bullshit. It's not going to be a sock account reaching out. It's going to be multiple people going live on Facebook and on social media and tagging your entire friends list and family members in stuff and making them see the disgusting bullshit that you are doing and how you are trying to weaponize pedophiles. John, okay? And you're trying to weaponize pedophiles, trying to weaponize William Gloryhole. And do you think they're going to give a shit about William Gloryhole's reputation in this stupid little troll community? People over there don't even give a fuck about William. You seen his posts? You seen how much he's fell off? Nobody gives a fuck about William. Yeah, she wants to be famous. Let's make the bitch famous, okay? You want to be Beyonce, you want to be the actual factual, you want to be the news, you're worried about your fucking brand. Bitch, we're going to help you spread your brand. Do you know what your brand is? It's HPV. It's fucking going out there and reaching out to pedophiles and getting kids doxers. It's fucking with people in real life, trying to fuck with people's employment. It's hanging around a bunch of fucking incels all over Kiwi Farms. Like, bitch, we will tell them all about your fucking brand and who you are, Katie. We'll make you real famous for the nasty, disgusting bitch that you actually are. Okay? And if Tarek wants to keep piping up, hey, little guy over there with your little ponytail, we can drag you along with your ponytail too, okay? And we can take you over Facebook and introduce you. Because you two be doing the most. And if you thought you were going to go after Shannon and all the other people and add them to list, like, we want to be on the same list. Good lordy. So, and that's what's currently happening. And when I say Nicolina has done her big one, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And I would not say that if I haven't seen something and I'm impressed. Katie, there's a time bomb, okay? And I was privy to it. There's a time bomb waiting to go off on you. And Nicolina has access to, like, make it. Only Nicolina could do it, okay? Fuck around and find out. And your entire life is going to fall apart around you. Fuck around and find out. And I hope you get cocky and ego-filled enough to go online and spew your fucking nonsense, okay? Please do. Yep, Shannon too. Speaking on her kids. That's exactly, Laura, you hit the nail on the head. And that doesn't impress us over here, okay? We don't get impressed by that type of behavior. Like, and people in real life don't either. Typically, people in real life are like us. We don't think it's funny to cross us to be in certain people's assholes. We don't like nasty trolling against vulnerable adults. We don't like degenerate behavior. Like, normal world, we can't fuck with that, okay? We don't fuck with pedophiles. You just shouted out John yesterday. Like, you're going to Wings of Redemption. Typically in real life, that type of behavior is not acceptable. And do you know how many people have actually, like, children with autism? Do you know how many people in America have children with autism, Katie? Have we already had a little nosy through, like, your connections in real life? And is there, like, a handful of people in your real life that have autistic children? And some of them have pretty bad diagnoses? Yeah. And your family's connected to, like, quite some wealthy people that also have connections to charities for people with mental health conditions. Actual charities. See, because Katie actually, her grandparents, they've got friends in high places, and they are big advocates of people with autism. And I just wondered, like, what if somebody made me a video and they gave it to me, and I went over there and I posted it all over your family members' friends, where they advocate for autism, and I let them know, hey, one of your own is actually targeting autistic people. Maybe you could reach out to her grandparents in real life and try and have her spoken to about it, and maybe try and, like, get involved just so you could protect more actual people with autism, because that's a great charity. I'd like to back it up. And look, when we've got somebody over there doing abuse towards vulnerable adults and people with autism, and their family members is actually involved in a local charity through their friends and third parties, heck, the right thing would be, let's protect all people with autism from Katie and her new buddies. You know? Hey, Nicolina, how are you holding up today? I'm sure you're absolutely shaking from all the real life ferrets that's happening. So, now, I'm going to go into more of a story time for people that don't realize, okay? So I had my own reputation, and my reputation was exactly, like, I've never denied any of it, okay? When I had an issue with Brett, Katie's like, oh, she talks 200 people. Yeah, I did. I scrolled all the way down the Facebook list and I messaged everybody on the Facebook, okay? I had my own reputation. The reason why Katie came and seeked me out is because she knew I had a reputation. She wanted me to target Nicolina. The reason why she sent over 007's family members and his picture of his kid is because she wanted me to fuck with them, okay? Clear intentions, clear goal. The reason why she went to Nicolina is because she wanted Nicolina to go and fuck with people, okay, for her? That's it. Now, what happened with Nicolina is, and I'm going to explain this for the dumb Kiwi farm faggots that don't understand our history over here, because Katie won't tell you, right? Is Nicolina was fucked with in the worst way possible by the worst real lifers that we have in this community, aka me, Bird, and others, have all Brett's fucked with Nicolina, Tonic fucked with Nicolina, AC started off fucking with Nicolina. Nicolina has fucked with this entire community at one point, and all of us have went real life on her. Every last one of us, okay? And do you know what happened as a result of it? Wasted damn time. Nada. Okay? Nada. Absolutely nothing, right? And the reason why this is important, now, I've been fucked with by all those people in the community too, real life, and nothing's happened, nada, okay? And this is important. When Nicolina got fucked with, I witnessed Frank be called up at work. I witnessed employees being contacted, and so did Katie. And do you know what happened when those calls happened? And this is really funny and amusing. I'm going to have a little drink. Just let people stew in it. Because I don't mind bringing out the clips because it was done live. Because when people fuck with people in this community, okay, they don't hide behind Kiwi Farms and say nonsense. They go up there with a real voice, with a real identity, and they do the shit live, okay? So what happened was, I witnessed two men that I'm aligned with in this community, that Katie was dating one of them, ring up the place where Frank works and speak to them. And do you know what happened? The two men and the third party, 3 or 3, ended up in getting in a back and forth, and ended up in a fuck you, a ha ha ha, and a he, and on both sides of it. And it ended up with them both. Frank came home that night, and he was in the background of Nicolina's live, and he was running his mouth, and Nicolina was running her mouth, and do you know what? It never changed nothing. And do you know what? Frank got up the next day and he went to work, and then he did the same again. And the people that worked with Frank, that were contacted, that was spoken to, they just basically said fuck off, and they were like, we don't give a shit what Frank and Nicolina does. Okay, so yeah, that was interesting, very interesting. Now, when Birdside, because obviously people don't know this, but Tarek's trying to fuck with Bird too by going over to another side of the community to fuck with Bird. When Birdside was fucked with and his family was fucked with, Bird went live and fucked with them back. Yeah. And do you know when because Bird's self-employed too, nothing happened then either. Okay, there's a pattern here, nothing happened, right? When my family was contacted, and my entire friends list, and people trying to get my aunts and uncles on a live stream, all right? Okay. My family in 2020 would reply to trolls and tell them to fuck off, okay? Or they would laugh at them and sometimes come on my live streams and laugh about them, trying to reach out. And that's also similar. Me and Nicolina have very similar family, like as in that aspect. But do you know what my family do now? They just leave you on read. They don't even bother replying because they dealt with it 5-6 years. They don't even bother. But when it was new and it was fresh, they sure did, didn't they, Ashley? Penguin knows. When 2020, I had my sister on live streams. I even put my mum on once, and she was laughing. I was like, Mum, did you finally get to... Hey. I was live on Facebook. You should see my Facebook friend. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't care. They got bigger issues going on, okay? And do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, and I'm going to go, story time. Katie had messaged me, and a couple of other people had messaged me, and they were like, do you know what? You should contact Nicolina's sister, right? So anyways, this thing started up with Nicolina's sister. And I'm going to tell you how it ended, people, right? Because I wanted all the smoke with Nicolina when I did. I wanted all the fucking smoke. And I was brand new. I didn't know anything about Nicolina. I wanted all the smoke. Everybody said she was the worst. She was going to do this, this, and this. And Nicolina's known for being a ruthless real lifer. Like, go check it, okay? Ruthless real lifer. If you get on her nasty side, she's going to fuck with you bad, right? So, I'm like, sister, family members, I want everything, okay? Katie's giving me it, providing it. And there was other people involved. And I'm giving the sisters details. And anyways, some shit ends up staring up with, like, Nicolina's sister. Do you know what Nicolina does? Do you know what that fucking bitch did? She pulled a me on me, okay? She did exactly what I did in 2022 to Squishy and other people. She pulled a fucking me on me, and she called her sister up on a fucking live stream and put her sister on a live stream, and her sister didn't give a fuck, and she laughed at us all, trying to contact her. That's what happened. And Katie, you know it did, because you fucking went live after it, and so did I, and we discussed it in fucking DMs, and we decided that Nicolina could not be fucked with, and we had tried every single avenue there possible was to fuck with her. So then I set my goals on the mean girls, okay? The 56 fucking mean girls. Good lordy, why haven't you told Kiwi Farms? Why are you wasting their damn time, girl? So now you're going to have these fuckers waste their time, and while they're wasting their time, Nicolina is going to fucking sweep the block and fuck with you, as am I and as everybody else, and you've done it for nothing. Because You know there's going to be no end results because we've already been down this road before countless times. Another story time, okay? I wouldn't let up. I wanted Nicolina's job. I wanted her job. I wanted a job, right? If she didn't care about, if her family didn't care about her behaviour online, fuck, maybe I could take the job from her, okay? And affect her finances and take her money, right? And get her fired. Traitors was on board. Katie was on board. So we all went back to the drawing board and we went looking for days. The job was found. By magic, it appeared. Now, we all remember my live stream. I was absolutely ecstatic, okay? I was laughing for like 10 minutes straight. I'm like, yeah, I found the job. Like, woohoo. Like, traitors found the job. We found the job. Like, Nicolina, I'm getting off my live stream. We're contacting your job, bitch. Like, we all remember it, okay? It was like super big deal. The fucking live stream was like packed, okay? Everybody was bouncing in the live chat. It was like a big deal. Yeah, no, weird, isn't it? We don't need... Katie is our Cyrex. Katie brings the views all on her own. So, we're celebrating this job. Me, traitors, like birds getting involved. Like, we're all like, yes, we've got that bitch. Okay, do you know what happened? We contacted the job. And Nicolina handed in a notice. And we sent over all the stuff that Nicolina had ever done bad online. And we gave it. And we sent these... traitors made these like elaborate emails because they couldn't trust me to send the emails. I can't spell, right? Okay. So traitors... But I did offer... like, you know, I was on my live stream. I was like ranting and raving. But traitors did the emails. She made these emails. She attached all these clips. She even got a file to do it. She got a... do you know, like a chalkboard explaining everything, a diagram, a who's who, a what's Nicolina done. Like, it was all organized. It was very neatly done. Like, there was a document sheet, there was a word spread, there was a lot of effort went into this, okay? And I don't think Kiwi Farms have got it in him to do it the same way. So, job contacted. Oh, I'm going to share it, Nicolina, what you did. Okay, so we're like, oh, we got this fat fucking bitch. And that's my exact words on the live stream, okay? Important, guys, important. So Nicolina, after we contact the job and we send everything over, Nicolina goes live and calls me and Katie anorexic, toothpick-looking bitches, okay, that she couldn't give a fuck about, and we ain't gonna affect her income, and we ain't gonna affect the food on her table, and her money's her money, and she's gonna get a new job, and she was like, checkmate, bitches, resignation. Just the same way my last job in 2022 got taken, I'm resigning in this one too, okay? When my jobs get found, I move on to the next, and I get employed somewhere else. And she was like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a nice, peaceful summer with me and and I remember her words for exactly. I'm going to have a nice, peaceful summer. So when the whole longest summer bullshit happened, that was a real fucking slap in the face. Okay? That was a real slap in the fucking face for us. Because Nicolina got to have all the summer off work. Okay? She didn't have to go to work. We ended up having to deal with her even more online. She was around being smug as fuck, whilst Katie had the longest summer ever, and she had a fucking peaceful, happy summer. And she wasn't even employed any longer because she had decided to take an opportunity to take the fucking summer off and spend extra time with her grandchildren and her family and have some fun online. So then we had to put up with the bitch even fucking longer. And it was unbearable. It was fucking annoying, okay? And that is, again, how this shit fucking kept backfiring every single time that anything attempted to be happening. So, look, I'm going to say it like this. Some people can't be fucked with. So when that happened, and we ended up, our plan involving 4 of us ended up playing out the way it did, and we kept trying to fuck with Nicolina. God, our brothers in law enforcement tried that too. Okay? Failed. Nobody give a fuck. Like, we tried every avenue. Traitor's message to her sister. Traitor's message to her sister. Nicolina's sister gave Nicolina the message, and Nicolina went and made a video and a short, put music over it, and called Traitors of 304, okay? Of some fucking nature. Then, the baby daddy, right? The ex, the baby daddy, reached out to him. He didn't even fucking respond. He left a read. He didn't even fucking care. Okay? Certain people cannot be fucked with on here. That's the point, okay? That's the moral of the story. I don't know why Katie has roped you fuckers in to go after Nicolina. I don't know why she's building a list around people, like getting people added to lists, that you're wasting your damn fucking time. Nicolina can't be fucked with. We tried it relentlessly, okay? 4 biggest real lifers there is in this community, day in, day out, and we went real life on her, okay? We didn't just say it. We didn't just dangle it out there. We went real life on Nicolina, and each and every fucking time, she popped back up on a live stream and ran her fucking mouth, okay? And I went live after her, and I was like, well, fair play. Nicolina can't be fucked with. I'll move on to the mean girls. And that's what happened, right? Now, when that happened in the summer, and she gave her resignation in, that was such a bad summer for Katie, because Nicolina gives her resignation in, then she ropes in the Cyrex people, and William makes a post about her and says Nicolina's going to have the longest summer ever. Then what happens is nothing happens to Nicolina. Katie gets the longest summer ever, and Nicolina typically can only go live certain days or very late or whatever because she works, right? Her old schedule, when she used to work at her old job, typically she'd be around on the weekend, Monday to Friday. She fucking wasn't around, right? Because we made her resign, okay, and end up spending the summer at home with family and then go and get a new job. But so she had the summer at home with family and literally went and got a new job. And she took her holiday pay, so she didn't even lose fucking money, okay? She then covered us the entire summer getting fucked with. Okay, and it was so fucking annoying. Now, going on to the mean girls. So, if I can't fuck with the person on the live channel, I go to the live chat, right? And I went to the live chat. So I collected up some mean girls, and I went and got their doxes. I went and got Elle Kennedy's. I went and got, I found out who the girl from, we'll just say the girl from the UK, Pablito's mum is. Like, oh, we know what I did, guys. Tiny T. I went and got people's doxes. And do you know what happened? Some of the mean girls cared, like Tiny T, but 90% of them didn't care. 90% of them didn't even know that I was doxing them. 90% of them didn't even tune in. They did not give a fuck. And they just kept it moving. They kept it pushing. They didn't even really engage. And that just brings me back to, even if the people on Kiwi Farms, they decide to go after any of the mean girls, most of these fuckers, right, over there, they won't even go to your thread to see the docs. Like, they're all kind of squeaky clean as well. That's the worst thing. I pulled all their records. No records. Okay. No crazy shit. Like, the ones that are over there right now, nothing crazy on their records. Very boring. Elle Kennedy, boring. Chasing Justice, boring. And I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. I know yous are in the chat. I feel rude saying it. But, like, yous live very boring, simple lives, okay? Like, yous go to work. Yous fucking look after your kids. You're very boring. There's nothing there. Like, some people online, they have, like, exciting shit. or there's like some dirt around them. Like, just there was nothing. Okay. So what happened recently when the Kiwi Farms people literally started like adding people to lists and going and reaching out to Flossie and threatening her and saying they had her docs, and then going over to Shannon and going over all these places. It's like, well, good luck with El Kennedy, and good luck with chasing justice. Good luck with Summer Beach. Good luck with Shazzy. Like, good luck with these people, because they're all squeaky clean. None of them have any bullshit attached to their name. Okay. You're wasting your goddamn time, and they don't care. They still go to the live streams and support it. So it like make it make sense. Hey Ash, and like randomly Ash again, she's another boring person. She's got nothing. If you want to go back through like her countless live streams and pick her apart for some stuff, okay, fair play. But these bitches have nothing in their real lives that you can go after. There's there's some young ones, but then they're older women. Most of them are retired. Like Texas Kim, for example, retired older woman. You can't fuck with. What are we gonna do? What can I do to Texas Kim? Make it make sense. Chica, you're very boring. I know, very boring. Sarah, extremely boring. I'm sorry, guys, but you're all very boring. Like, not a lot can be done with them, okay? They're not that type of a live chat. And then when you do find out who they are, right? What are you going to do? Screenshot their wine mum looking comments and send it to who? Be like, oh my god, they're picking on Katie and they said that they don't like the people on Kiwi Farms. Exactly, Shazzy. Like, what are they going to do with this crowd over here? This is why, like, William, stay in your fucking lane. Tyler, stay in your lane, because these nasty old bitches, right? They can get nasty. Trust me, I've been on the receiving end of it. And you roll these little fuckers up over here. Do you know what happens? These old bitches, they put down their fucking knitting needles. Some of them put down their wine. And they circle back and they collect up all the shit that you're doing. And these bitches have squeaky fucking clean images on here. The only thing they do is get in their wine mum drama. And they go real life. Okay? They will strike. They will tell on you. They are telltale tales. They will snitch on you in real life. Okay? Do not sleep on them, okay? Hey. Raindrop's the most boring. They have to know who Katie is, and because I think they know exactly who Katie is, and I think they're doing all of it. Like, if William jumps, they go, how high do you need us to jump, William? Like, those people on Kiwi Farms would literally bend over for William and let William fuck them. Like, that's how desperate they are for William's attention, the same way Katie is, okay? Like, like, say, and I want to give an example, right? Say we find Chica, right? Her identity. Lion mama. Like, say we find yours, lion mama, okay? You're all fucked. Do you know why you're fucked? Because Kiwi Farms is going to go collect up your comments in a live chat, or we're going to go collect up Chica's clip channel where she clips Katie, and we're going to send Chica's clip channel to her family members and tell them that Chica's online and she is recording Katie's live streams, and it's not on, it's not right, and they need to do something about it. Like, make it make sense. Okay, what are we going to do to Texas Kim? Texas Kim keeps going live on her channel, right? And she keeps talking about Katie in these clips. At the whores, right? Lurking crybaby rumor, right? What are we going to do? Oh, we found their family, right? Do you know what they keep doing? They keep making Barbie doll images of Katie in weird, ugly poses with like makeup splattered down her face and like crazy hair days. You need to make it stop. And you have to stop it right now. We want Rumour to stop. We want Lurking to stop. We want Crybaby to stop right now. And if they don't stop, we're going to attempt to shame you with their Barbie doll images that they've made and destroy you. Crispy, I'm the manager today. Like, Crispy is a real model, guys. Katie, I just want to bring something up, right? Do you know if you put Crispy's legal name in, it comes up with all the modeling work that she got paid for? And she's in loads of catalogs, and she's on billboards, and she's all over the place. And she's also on advertisements, and she sold bras. And look, she's on everything. Do you know when we put your name on, you go to one casting call and you offered to do a Botox video from home for free in order to get posted by them? You didn't even get paid. Producer receipt, you got paid. And now the only thing attached to your legal name is Kiwi Farms. That's the first thing that comes up on Google. Like, do you know what comes up with Katie's name? It's not the modeling stuff first. It's the degenerates on Kiwi Farms. Oh, the damage. Oh my God, guys. Fuck. If they find out who Rumour, Crybaby, Lurkin, and Chica is, and these other bitches around these YouTube streets, they are going to screenshot all the comments of these damaging emojis that you posted, okay? These emojis resulted in 3 live streams by Katie, Mammoty, and Peach. And they had a live stream about how damaging the emojis was that the women posted, okay? They were threatening emojis. They made them feel unsafe. They made them feel like bad stuff was going to happen to them. Maybe they could screenshot those emojis and show the people in your real life all the nasty, vicious behavior that you guys have been doing online with these emojis, and you clipping channels. How fucking dare you guys put music over the top of clips of Katie? How dare you guys make images? How dare you guys post emojis? Yep, you remember it? Bionicle definitely cares. Bionicle, do your big one, we're waiting. Put your money where your mouth is. Like, we want all the smoke. Take a list, write our names down, go tell on us in real life, go call it jobs, you know, do the most. We're waiting for you, Bionicles. You're a one-man army. You got a band of merry idiots around you. Do us like you think that you were going to do other people online, okay? We are waiting. And do you know who we're going to do? We're going to do Katie and possibly Tarek. Like, Tarek, we don't know how we feel about you yet. Like, we haven't made our mind up. You're like mad short. You're like a little midget. Like, we don't really take you seriously. You stink a BO, so we don't really want to get like too close to you. And we don't want to get any grease from your hair on us. Like, so we just don't even know if we're going to fuck with you, okay? Like, you know how people say about Cyrex, if you touch the poop, you get the poop? Like, we don't want to touch the grease and get the grease from you. We were just like Katie, and Katie knows all about hair. Remember, guys, she tells everybody about their hair. We just want Katie to give you some hair advice, okay? And tell you a 3-step process how to wash your hair to prevent greasage and dirt and build-up of flaky dandruff. And it would do us all a favor if Katie could do that. Yeah, Tarek does fall under protected class. Yeah, okay, Tarek, you're not going to be added. It's just Katie. You are too much of a protected class for us, and we do not go after a protected class under any circumstances. Hey, Chooch. Hey, Haw. Like, another thing as well. Oh my God, there's so much drama over here in this little community. Like, it gets wild. Crispy treat. Crispy treat, don't do it, okay? Like, don't do it. You will regret it. Like, we'll just leave Like the scroungers over in Katie's chat, like Michelle can keep touching the Cyrex poop. And do you know what happened when Katie, and this is truthful, guys, I'm not lying. Do you know what happened when Katie went and touched Cyrex? She ended up getting the scabs off Cyrex's head to go on her vagina, all over her pussy, and even take over her body and grow inside her. Okay? That's what happened to Katie, because Katie covered Cyrex, and then several months later, she ended up getting a diagnosis for HPV. Like, that is the result of going against the warning and not reading the fine print, and I'm here to tell you the fine print. Don't fucking do it. You will get infected and become contagious like Katie, and that Cyrex scab will spread all over you, okay? And then what did Tarek go and do? Tarek went and took his tiny little penis and he went and put it inside Katie's scabby fucking pussy, and now he's also infected with it. And Katie put her body over his body, was stinking of BO and sweat and all this other nasty shit. Like, you guys can sit over there. We don't want to sit with you, okay? We do not want to sit over there. And then you got William over there, like, fascinated with Cyrex's dick, swollen and lumpy and abnormal, and asking all the time to see Cyrex's butthole. Can you imagine their discords? Can you imagine? Like, Katie and Cyrex are probably so desperate for attention in all the voice chats over there. They're probably both stripping off in the voice chats and comparing scab to scab, pussy to fucking... they're just doing the most. I can just imagine it. Like, and William's like, they're like rubbing one out. Because William gets excitement from it with Tyler. Tyler loves it. Tyler was always asking for these, like, wipe checks. And so was William. William could not go a day without asking to see another guy's butthole during 2021. He was just fucking knee deep in, not pussy, guys. He was knee deep in anus covered with shit. That was his style. Okay? That's what got him going. He wasn't asking to see no tits. He wasn't asking to see no pussy. Nope. They were in that Discord and they were wanting to see dicks. They weren't wanting to see any clits. They wanted strictly dicks, assholes, and shit. So I always knew that Katie and William had a little thing for each other, which I'm going to talk about. But I noticed that once Katie got diagnosed with the HPV, William just fell madly in love. Okay? Now, William's got a thing for, like, dirty infections. Like, he loves them. Now, before that, William tossed Katie to the side and he did dispose of her. But then he's seen the HPV diagnosis, and we know how he reacts to people with scabs and abrasions and lumps and bumps and disorders and infections. He has literally become obsessed with Cyrex for the same reason. And he lives and breathes and thinks about Cyrex every fucking day of his life, okay? So once Katie got diagnosed with HPV, William went in her chat and he was the first there to, like, defend her and talk about how HPV is normal. Because I remember, William, we still got your comments. We couldn't believe it. And William was like, HPV is normal. Everybody gets it. No, they don't, William. None of us have it. We don't. We don't have it at all. We do not have scabs. We don't have lifelong diseases. We do not have HPV in our blood. We do not have abrasions that need to be cut away from us inside a vagina. We do not have dislodged, oh God, I can't even say the word, but dislodged protection so you can't get pregnant. We don't have that having to get cut away. Like, we don't have any of those issues. We're not bleeding irregular. We're not in pain. We don't have to go to sex therapy. Like, none of that stuff applies to us, okay? But what William did was, he went rolling into the chat and he defended Katie against a HPV situation. And he said, William was a part of the Me Too movement, the HPV Me Too movement. And we should review that, actually. That live stream was fucking epic. We should go over that live stream again. Actually, that's my request. Can Kels or Sarah, somebody, they're good, and Nicolina's good, like, they've got their shit, and pull up the old live stream. Let's go back to HPV, the Me Too movement, and watch William roll in the chat. And he calls out Bird, and he's like, everybody's got HPV at one point. It's normal. Katie's got HPV-6, and that's what she was diagnosed with. And the doctors told her it's absolutely not normal and that it could prevent her from reproducing and that she needed surgery and that she needed treatment and that she was contagious. None of that was normal, William, under any circumstances. Okay? But we know why you think it's normal, because all you do all day is hang around and fucking get hard over Cyrex. And you obviously are getting hard over Cyrex because the only time you're asking to see Cyrex, when you get you and Cyrex in a place, in a Discord setting or in a DM, the first thing you fuckers ask for him is to see his dick hard. You ask to see his asshole. You ask to see his scabby head. So that's obviously what you're seeking out. That's what you're attracted to. Most people would never ask that. Most people, if they seen Cyrex attempted to, get his dick out, they would run in the opposite direction. They wouldn't want to engage. They would be repulsed. But that gets William fucking going. And that built the connection between Katie and William. Like, that made it strong. Crispy treat is satire today. Satire. We've left the serious part of the live stream. Oh, and by the way, I'm not waking up the fact that William asked to see Cyrex's dick. He actually did. That's documented. It's on Kiwi Farms. And that's how we actually got it. Unfortunately, to the internet, because the William Gloryhole, the Southerns, all them fuckers, they went and got it. But I don't know whether William actually beat his dick to it. Let's just say I imagine he did. So, right, one thing I want to talk about is, and I'm being serious here. So, William came around, and then Tarek came around too, right? Oh no, the messages are out there, Crispy Tree. And John literally admitted it. The receipts are out there. They got put out. They're really bad. They asked to see his dick, and they asked him to put a... What did they ask him to put down his dick, guys, in the chat? Fuck. Oh, God, I can't remember what the name of it. Exactly. William couldn't even get Cyrex arrested. Why would Nicolina have any fear? Why would anybody of us have any fear? Oh, yeah, no, he did. Oh, that was it. Oh, my God. Thank you. They asked him to put a fidget spinner in it. It's so bad. And a stylist too. It's all really bad. And all of this stuff got, like, recently exposed. It's fucking wild. Like, it's insane. Take care, Texas Kim. You're added to the list, so just be safe. And when you do your videos, expect them to make their way to your family members, okay? Careful, guys. Bionicle will document you, and she will... Well, is it a he, she? We don't even fucking know at this point. Like, that's how we give a shit. Like, I don't even give a shit if they're male, if they're fucking female. I don't give a fuck if they're both, like a tranny. I'm not bothered what the fuck they are. Like, anything Bionicle does, Katie's getting the blame for it. It's blame Katie, okay? Get with the fucking program. You didn't read her channel? Blame Katie, okay? And I'm gonna blame her for everything. Like, good lordy. Right, so I'm being more serious now. So what happened was, from my perspective is, and obviously, like, I was sympathetic towards, and this is truthful, like, genuine, right? And people who know me know this about me, right? I don't join other people's Discords, right? And people can attest to this. I was friends with Bird. And do you know why people know that I'm friends with somebody? I have them as a friend on Discord. I speak to them. I've had conversations with them over the phone. I am a friend in order to do that, right? One thing about me that is well fucking documented, and even people that don't like me, Chicky and all those other people, one thing I've never done is been in Discords. I've been given invites to Discords Cheeky's giving me invites. I've been given invites into large servers. I've went in a few servers, like maybe for a day or two, like, and it's been like during an argument or something, but I always leave, right? I don't sit typically in Discords. I have settings on my thing where you can't even add me as a friend. I will delete Discord so quick, and I just do not do the whole Discord thing. I am not a talker, right? I get messages all the time, and I very rarely respond to the messages, or I take absolutely ages to respond to them. I just do not check that shit, right? I don't have an interest in socializing with people. Crispy Treat, you're definitely in more Discords than me. You're way more popular than me. Yeah, I just don't do the whole socializing thing. Like, it's not for me, right? I don't like social settings. I don't like sometimes like topics like in certain Discords or their focuses. I think it creates more problems than good. I think it can create arguments. I feel like a lot of Discord settings, it becomes like men and women like engaging, like trying to reach out to each other. It just like nothing good comes from those places, like under any circumstances, right? And like I can see you fuckers on the YouTube streets. I don't need to see anybody in Discord. I also do not like networking or anything like that. Now, when I first started on YouTube, I just landed in the community I did, but I'm not the person to go out there and like try and network or mix around or stuff like that. So I was friends with Bird, and Katie was introduced to me as Bird's girlfriend, right? Because I'm friends with Bird, I automatically showed love towards Katie, and I was sympathetic to her. And Bird said that Katie is very soft, she's very gentle, she's a very sweet girl. That's how he presented her to me, right? So I take that on face value, and I absolutely believe that Bird 100% felt that way when he first met Katie. So I'm looking at Katie as somebody who is more gentle, more softer. She's playing the victim role. She's playing exactly what she's trying to present herself to be, very fake, right? Katie adds me, and she tells me like over time, I'm very cool with Katie, as in I don't like her, as in I wouldn't sit and gossip and talk with Katie, if that makes sense, like on a voice chat and laugh and joke with her, because she just doesn't have the personality for me. Like, she doesn't have any banter. We also are like interested in different things. I don't like trolling. She likes all the trolling stuff. Like, she likes fucking with Rebel. I just don't find humor in it. I just can't watch that shit. I like celeb fucking gossip. I like talking about my TV programs. Like, I like bingo. Like, I'm boring weird. Okay, we're not the same. So I had no common core values like interest with her, but I was very friendly to her. I was very nice. I was very sympathetic towards her, and I treat her really good. Now, I was genuine 100% with Katie. Now, I was always honest with Katie, and I told Katie regularly over like periods of time, like, Katie, me and you would never like be friends or anything like that. You're just not my cup of tea, and I don't want to be all up in the Discord stuff. I'm not interested in making friends. And I was very honest with Katie. That's in all of our DMs. I just don't want to be friends. Like, I'm not interested. But I got no issues with you. Like, we're friendly, and I want the best for you, and I like you and Bird together, right? I just kept it sweet. Then Katie now tells it as that I always hated her. Well, you're taking things out of context. Like, me saying that we're never going to be friends. Like, certain people you're friends with, you just click with. Okay, me, Guinea, click. Like, certain people you just click with, but certain people you do not click with, and you have no common interest, but you don't have an issue with them, and you still like them. Like, that's how it was. I did not go out my way with an agenda with Katie. I went out my way to help the dumb bitch, and she was extremely manipulative. She was extremely a crybaby, and she would constantly come for help and say all this stuff's happening to her. And I am a very empathetic person, right? So I was already doing my own thing, and so was other people empathetic. Katie knows exactly what she's doing. Like, she's super manipulative. And like, oh, it's so hard to explain. Like, she now wants to tell it as people had like ulterior motives. Like, nobody had ulterior motives for you, Katie. Nothing beneficial was going to come out of making friends with you. Like, you make the side weak. Like, if you have a group of people, right, and you're the weakest link and you're not doing anything, and everybody's picking up your slack, you're not beneficial to the group. Like, you don't realize that you was just excess weight that we were all nice to and carried along with us. And this is how you know that I was genuine, right? When I only speak online personally to a handful of people for years and years and years, and I ain't out there like that. I do not fucking sit in Discord, in DMs, in voice chats. I am a very ignorant person. And you are invited in to and have access once you have personal access to me and you can DM me on a daily basis, I have absolutely accepted you. And whether we're not going to be like best of friends, like in same common interests, I absolutely was cool with you. So I never had any ulterior motives, unless I wouldn't have wasted my fucking time and all these other hundreds and hundreds of people that I do not speak to, and that I will not fuck with, and that I will not respond with, that I will not get into DM and communication with. It's very clear and very obvious that I am not cool with them. Okay. And I get it all the time, like I'm a selfish bitch or I'm ignorant and stuff like that. And it's like, no, I just don't care for that type of stuff. So, Katie, you had access to me. You were friends with me. You could pick up Discord and call me, and I would respond to you and I would reply to you. I would help you with situations. I would help even when you would ask for clips. I am absolutely genuine. I don't do the ulterior motives. There's nothing good to come out of them. I don't play games. I don't do that type of bullshit, because why would I need to when I can just be my fucking self and cut to the chase? Hey, Redstone. Exactly, Crispy Treat. I love that about you, Crispy Treat. You're so sweet. Exactly. Okay. Crispy Treat is mine as well, guys. And she's a real model, right? I can put her name in and I can see all the stuff that she's been booked and busy for, and she got fucking paid good money. That's a fucking model. She actually went to casting calls and got contracts and ended up being in magazines and ended up being on the cover, and like, real model. And it has a long history of it. When you put Katie's name in, just the one that she fucking attended, and it's only got 100 views on it because all of us fuckers gave it views. Good lordy. Okay, so I was genuine with Katie. She wouldn't have been in my fucking DMs. She wouldn't have been able to call me if I wasn't genuine. I do not fucking socialize. I do not go out there like that. Is the reason why she was in the DMs and friends with me because of Bird? Yeah, okay. Did I mainly speak with Katie rather than Bird? Yeah, do you know why I did that? I'm going to cut to the chase, right? I didn't DM Bird stuff as much. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, Katie and Bird are in a relationship. If there's a group dynamic, right, and it's Bird, his girlfriend, me, and Traitors is on Facebook, right? And then there's Peach and Ghost. Let me just explain this. If I've got something to tell Bird, I can message Katie it and she can tell her boyfriend it. If I've got something that I want to be passed on to Ghost, I can message Peach it and Peach can message it to Ghost, right? Now, did I need to do it that way? Okay. No, I didn't. But the reason why I thought, right, I'll go through his girlfriend more, Katie, rather than being these long messages like with Bird, is because it's just not like normal to sit there in DMs for ages and discuss stuff like me and Katie was discussing stuff with Bird. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a very different vibe. Like, I'm not in DMs with men like that under any circumstances. That's why, like, mine and Bird's messages are very civil, very matter of fact, and that's it. Okay. Like, with Katie, like, their paragraphs, their talking, their discussions, they're like really going into detail. They're looking at all the other stuff, right? They're not the same with Bird. So, Kate, you are absolutely treated by everybody with respect. You was looked after more than everybody else, okay? You were looked after as like a weakling, as somebody who needed to be protected, somebody who would regularly cry, somebody who couldn't go real life. Hold on a minute, I just need to reply to a message. Sorry. I can't pull off sexy DMs. Jesus Christ. Look, most of my DMs are like, hey, Ruru, you back on the YouTube streets? I'm back. I'm back causing trouble. Like, you know how it be, Roo? Sometimes you just need to take a little break. Just unplug. And I'd be doing that a lot. Like, heck, last time I took 2 years off. I'd just be high and by. Like, okay. So, now Katie has used this against me. Callie just deletes Discords and blocks people and unfriends people, and she doesn't go in and she never socializes. Okay, Katie's used this against me in arguments. Yes, bitch, I do. I'm well known for pulling a plug on a fucking Discord and cutting people off and just like, look, if I get a headache and there's a chatterbox, pull up a plug. Okay, I got nothing against you. You just talk too much, and I got my programs to watch on the TV, and I got a Chinese that needs to be ordering, and I got some shit talking to be doing on YouTube when I fancy going live on YouTube. I do not have time, okay? I'd rather fucking do anything else other than that. Is it anything personal? Do I dislike you? No, I just don't want to speak to anybody. I like me, myself, and I and my own company. And then sometimes I like to be like a little bit of a social person, okay? But that's like here and there. So Katie, the fact that you had access to me and you acknowledge that I'm the most ignorant person on here that balks everybody and pulls the plug. You said that I leave the internet more than Cyrex. You said that, bitch. So the fact that I leave the internet more than Cyrex and all the times that I left the internet more than Cyrex, you still had access to me, shows that I was there for you, that I was solid, that I was cool with you until you started to threaten me. Okay? That's where the problems went. Like, that's where things went left. You started to threaten me because another person and their side of YouTube, okay? Cinemas and Marks did a live stream and nobody could get them to not go live. So you threatened me. Like, you did the fucking most, okay? Antagonizing. I went out my way for you, you dumb bitch. And I know you want to tell it to Osama and these other people on here, like Tyler and that, and Kiwi Farms. Caley was just out to get me relentlessly. No, actually, I fucking blocked people over you. I fell out with people over you because I was trying to get shit to stop happening. And I literally asked, please, can you not fuck with her? I asked so many times, so nicely, okay? Then it had already ignited. The whole situation would go into the pedophile with wings of redemption. It was already ignited, Katie. I was not fucking involved, okay? Under any circumstances. That wasn't premeditated. It wasn't anything like that. It was during the time that you were laughing and joking and you were all good, okay? Then every single fucking day from then, you screamed that I made up the DMs, that I edited him, that it wasn't real. You didn't even speak to Wings of Redemption. You didn't go to him. You made out, I'm a crazy bitch. I've made up all these fucking DMs. Everybody who knows me knows I can't do that. I'm technically challenged. Like, I cannot make and fabricate messages, okay? Then you went down a path of, hey, if I just attack Caley, then maybe I can deflect off myself. And bear in mind, we parted ways on a good parting ways, like as in, I wish you the best, and parted ways. You then relentlessly tried to blame me for shit and attack me because you could not deal with taking accountability for what you had done. So then you called me, and this is where things went real shit for you. Then I didn't get to watch your live streams because I was dealing with other stuff. And I was more worried about trying to salvage a relationship and my people in my live chat. And I didn't get to watch any of your live streams, right? And then when I eventually did watch your live streams a week later, or maybe 2 weeks later, and I got round to it, I seen in your live stream that you were calling me a real lifer, a doxer, and a psycho. And I was like, oh, wow. Have several fucking seats, Miss Klein. Because if I'm a real lifer, you fucking won too, okay? And then I was like, hey, bitch, you got HPV, you nasty, you dirty, you're a real lifer, you're a doxer, and I put out all the shit on you, and I've been doing it ever since. And I told you ages ago, Katie, if you keep fucking with me, that I'm going to start fucking with you back. I'm a very peaceful person, and I've said it a million times. I'm not the type of person that goes out there and seeks people out. So if I don't like somebody, I don't go to live chats where they are and seek them out. I will just stay out the live chat and avoid them and be in my own little bubble, okay? Because I'm happy in my own little bubble. I like to watch shit. I typically don't like to be involved in shit. There's loads of people on here I don't like. And do you know what I don't do? I don't go and sit where they are and instigate shit like you do, okay? That's all you've ever done. I don't go, oh my God, okay, this group of people don't like me. Let me go over there and throw myself in front of them. Like, no, people come and seek me out. They want my attention. And it's the same way you poked and poked and poked. You wanted my attention because you thought I was weak. And guess what? Like, you got the fucking attention. And other people keep trying to tell you that no, it's not. Take care, Ruru. And it's always nice to see you, and I hope you're doing well. I'm rooting for you, Roo. So, oh, she joins all the Discords, okay? She'll be in all the Discords. She'll be trying to reach out to people. She'll be in all the Discords. Like, Katie does the most, okay? No, she never helped me, Summer Beach. Instead, she took the opportunity, right? This is what happened with the JoJo stuff, right? So, all the other times when I've fought with JoJo, and it's been like me versus JoJo and people on his side, and it went very successful. What happened was, Katie went over, involved all these trolls in this other community, and I had a friendship, and I was more focused on that friendship, like salvaging that, and I couldn't focus on the JoJo stuff. Katie took the opportunity while all the JoJo stuff was happening, whilst all the fighting with Brett, Tonic, and everybody else was fighting, and even Nicolina, she took the opportunity, Katie did, to do all these live streams about me that I never even got to see, and I parted ways with her civilly. And that is during the time period that Katie went live, and she'd start the live off about Ernie, and then like so far into it, she'd be like, oh, well, Caley made all the receipts up. She's fabricated it. I didn't go to Wings of Redemption. Caley's crazy. Caley's a psycho UK bitch. And I didn't get to see them, any of the live streams until like nearly 3 weeks later. And I watched the live streams because I was like taking a break because I was dealing with like these trolls from this other community. I didn't know like if they were going to dox everybody in my live chat and all this other bullshit. I was trying to work out like what's genuine, what's real. I was like trying to think, and I just went, do you know what? I've had countless rounds with Jojo, and I've won every single round with him. I know that others are going to fuck him up in the community and play with him like food that he is. It isn't my fight this time with Jojo. I got too much shit on my plate. I got too much shit going on over here. I'll drop Jojo's shit, and I'll deal with this other community and the trolls, and I'll deal with personal relationship and see what happens. And then the Katie shit was connected with that the troll community. It was all kind of like one together, because it was just so closely connected, the Katie stuff was with it. And then that's obviously how it ended up unfolding between me and Katie. And once I seen the live streams that she had done, I was in like kind of shock, like, this dumb bitch. So I'd like made some references on and off to her, like called her a bitch or whatever. But she wasn't a priority, because I always knew like Katie is like a weak bitch. If I wanted to, I could bury the bitch. That's why I never even thought to go and look at her live streams, because I thought, really, how bad can her live streams be? Because the Katie I know wouldn't say boo to fuck all to anybody in a Discord. What could she possibly be fucking running her mouth about on her live streams? Like, I was thinking in my brain, this dumb bitch ain't gonna go live about me when she knows I could fucking destroy her entire YouTube like history and everything, and drop our DMs and our calls. Like, so in my mind, I'm thinking, she would never be so dumb and stupid. She's probably just trying to get herself out of the jam that she's in and saying the DMs are fake and hoping I'm not going to say too much. And maybe she's just trying to save herself. When I went over and looked and watched these 3 live streams that had happened over the space of a couple of weeks, she got braver with each live stream that she did that I didn't even know that she had done and didn't respond to. And by then she had managed to push so much bullshit onto her live chat and onto others. Like, it was just absolute carnage over in her live streams. And that's when I locked the fuck in. And I was like, and then I started like going through mine and Katie's messages, making them all organized, like getting all my ducks in a row. And that's when I started doing like my Katie live streams. It was like a month after it had all happened, because it took a while to sort out the messages and the DMs, and I didn't want her to know that I was still going back into like old places and like pulling shit, because she could have went back and like deleted everything, and I wanted to get everything. So I just kept my mouth shut, let her think that she was like on top of her game and really brave. Really, I was getting like my ducks in a row, because I had no idea that she was going to go off in my direction the way that she did. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she goes and antagonizes, provokes, and she does it with everybody. It's like similar pattern of behavior. So no, I didn't get to go and fight with Jojo that time. I'm sure there'll be another opportunity for that to happen. And then this time, I'll just like, I know how to deal with the troll community. I just literally block them, disengage, and just keep my fight between whoever my fight is with. And that's where I fucked up, is because I let those two things mix in together. And I didn't get to play with Joe. I didn't get to fucking do anything with Joe. Like, certain people fuck with Jojo, right? And I know this will go back to Jojo, and I don't care. I've never give a shit. Certain, like with Joe, the people that play with Joe now, they don't go real life. Jojo goes real life, collects up real lifers. He collects up like showboating characters to bring in the clicks and the views and to draw in the audience and stuff like that. You have to know like who Jojo is, like really to fuck with him. Like, nobody has gone and really pulled Jojo's card like they have years ago. And it's because they don't want to do it. They're not willing to cross that line and go in real life. So like, and I'm not bashing any of them for it. It's just the way they are. Brett will say it. He won't go real life on somebody. He won't reach out in real life. AC does go real life, but AC is definitely not going to go real life on Joe. Tonic's not. Chicky's not. Squishy doesn't go and fuck with Joe like that. I think they're cool at the minute too. Like, Kane Kafaris, he doesn't go real life. Weenie, Coco, they only go real life on like weekends. They're not about that life, if that makes sense. So Joe goes relentlessly real life, and there's only a handful of people that will go real life on Joe. One of them will be Bird. Okay, Bird will absolutely go real life on Joe. Their fight will play, and this is the thing, like, this is how Joe works, for people who don't know, is Joe, after a couple of weeks, he gets very tired. He's not in it for the long haul fight. And as soon as you start hitting around him and not actually him and his family directly and hitting around him like big mamas, he folds. And you just have to get in there and hit around. And it has to be relentless, and you have to have the time to do it, and you have to be willing to do it. And unfortunately, at that time period, I just didn't have the time. I was dealing with too many other shit going on. And yeah, like, but we'll see. And Katie's obviously, yeah, some people do think that, but when you deal with like people that only go real life, it is, you're either gonna disengage and walk away fully and say, hey, I'm not gonna go real life, or you go back and forth with them, and then all sides, like, you get real life, they get real life, you get dogs, they get dogs, like, it's what you sign up for. So like, I noticed that Katie's been going over to Jojo's side and been going over and reaching out to Jojo's people, and she's been Tarek's been going over there and supporting Joe and been trying to get Joe roped in the battle and the fight over this side of YouTube. So at any single point, it could all come to a head. Okay. They go over there with German lady, German dude. It's all connected. It's all crossing over like all the time. Yeah, it's funny to see. Like, I keep an eye on it. Like, I get told about it and stuff. But the only thing Joe's going to do, like, this is the thing, is like, the only thing Joe's going to do is go live, dox whatever family, and bear in mind, like, he doxed half family members I don't even know. They're not related to me. That's not even my fucking dad. Like, unbelievable. And then dox the sister that isn't even my sister. Like, make it make sense. The only person anybody ever gets right in my docs is my brother, because his record's out there. It's very easily to find. Everybody gets my docs right. It's simple. Mine's out there. The only thing Joe's going to do is take whatever family pictures he thinks is yours, put them on a live stream, talk a bunch of nonsense that isn't true, say that Vegas Valley owns you, and then as soon as you go live, attempt to strike you, and do a bunch of lame AI songs and AI pictures. And that is fucking it. Okay? That is it. And then the idiots around him, they swatted me 3 times when I was dealing with the whole trolls on the other side. And like, when I got swatted, I literally just like wrapped the live up, went to the door, answered it, and then went back live half an hour later, and then didn't even give a fuck. Like, it didn't even care. I just don't care about anybody coming to my door. Human interaction, police interaction. The police in the UK don't, and they attempted to swap me. It was actually like, I wouldn't even say a welfare check. It was more of like a courtesy call. The police in the UK are extremely polite. They are, they don't carry weapons. They are very polite. They just have, there's no issues with the UK police. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they come to the door. There's 2 or 4 of them. Yeah, Summer Beach. That's how I started, under my real legal name on in the true crime community, the Michael Long community on Facebook. And I used to go live on Facebook and all sorts of crap. I've never give a fuck about that stuff. I even, like, when Squishy kept trying to find my address, because that's how me and Squishy met. And I'm chill cool with her now, but and we have been chill cool for a long time. When she was trying to find my address, she kept doxing this fucking old lady's address. And I'm like, bitch, you keep posting it. So I just give them, there's my address. Okay? Like, who gives a fuck about addresses? And nobody is going to do nothing to anybody. Okay? I understand America. Like, America's different. The police turn up, they turn up with guns. People in America, there's firearms, things escalate. I live in the UK. There is nothing ever going to happen to me that is going to affect my real life where I am going to come to physical harm. It's extremely unlikely that any live stream I do on here is going to have a domino effect and affect my real life. Yes, Chrissy. Oh my God. Were you around for those? That's wild, Summer Beach. Can you remember the Glera stuff? The Glera stuff and Annie Elise used to come on? Wow. Okay, so they knew that it happened, Crispy Treat, and I didn't release the information. I kept it to myself. I didn't let anybody know, but I was friends with a guy called State the Obvious, and when me and him broke up friends, he went and shared that he went and told everybody that I got swatted. So I didn't put the information out there, and they put it out there. I just say if shit happens, I'm not even going to go lie. I just brush over it and don't even care. Like, I never told anybody, but they put it out there. So, it's public knowledge now that I got swatted. Well, they put it out there that they swatted me, but they didn't. It wasn't a swat. It was just two nice officers came each time and knocked on the door, and they asked if I was okay, and I was like, "Yep." And then it was over and done with, right? And then they go back out. Like, it was nothing bad. Oh, he did prove it. He posted the DMs and the picture of the police because I took a picture of them outside my house. It's like, I was like, damn it, I was just live. And I was complaining about being live and having to like do a part 2. I was like, oh God, now I've got to do a part 2. How fucking annoying. I was like, and I probably lost my place in my screenshots. Exactly. The real McCoy. Oh my God, you know so much. They like numbers and money. Okay, why did Katie come to our community? Right, I know that Katie brought me. So, say your community, the Ernie Shell one. I know that Katie brought me into Ernie Shell community. I wasn't in the Ernie Shell community. She brought me over there, but I don't truly know like how she. I know that apparently she went from the Cyrex stuff to Rada to Navin Johnson to AC Tonic, Chicky. She had Chicky as production. Then she met. She also met Nicolina. And then she ended up having issues with Nicolina and then hate bonding with Peachy and Ghost. And then she ended up having a romantic relationship with Bird. I don't even know how they found me, Summer Beach. I just know that I returned to YouTube for 2 days. And then, hold on a minute, 1 second. Okay, so 1 minute, I just want a cigarette. So, like my old community, the Michael Long stuff. Well, when Michael Long went to jail, I took down my channel, wrapped that shit up, and I was gone. And then what happened was Penguin, wherever she is in here, Ashley Penguin, Miss Ashley. See what I mean? I don't even care about the docs. I'm even doxing my own friend, Miss Ashley Hurdle. Okay. When she had discovered Joe had invited her on her panel, and she sent me a message, and she was like, "Hey, can you come over and support? I found this channel and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll pop over." I met Joe for like a week and a half, and then after that, I told Joe I can't sit with you, and then Joe went and lost his mind and doxed me, and I brought over like 20 girls with me from the Facebook. That's why we'll never ever mix in the girls off Facebook again. Like I brought over like 20 girls from Facebook, like Holistic and all the girls, and we were all cammed up, and we were she was like showing her garden, she was showing her kitchen, all this like nice shit, and she was a lesbian, and Joe was like, "Oh, you're going to burn in hell." So it just created issues. Like, oh, okay, shit. And I've been friends with Holistic for years, so now I never mix the Facebook side over in the Facebook groups. And Summer Beach, you know what I'm on about, like the Facebook groups, the girls, the OGs. with like the YouTube bullshit over here. Like, just keep it separate. It doesn't matter what happens, like, under any circumstances. So I just know that I went live. I was on here for like 2 days, and then all of a sudden, because I was only going to do one live stream to put out something, and Virgo found me first with squids, and then I just there was like 200 people in the live chat. I was like, oh, because I put out receipts. So crispy treat, I did. I was a gangster in these YouTube streets when I first started on YouTube. Caley had a huge channel. She was a gangster. My God, crispy treat. No, I'm actually like chill, but I did have a huge channel. Like, big views, huge channel, like, bitch, way bigger than fucking yours, Katie. Way bigger, okay? Bigger than Williams. And you think Williams a fucking superstar? Bigger than Williams, okay? I'd love to see William go, hey, do you know what? I'm going to delete this shit and go live my best life. Guarantee he wouldn't. Like, I didn't make a penny off of covering Michael Long because it's frowned upon, especially in a child's case, to make money. Guarantee William wouldn't do that and not make money off a pedophile like Cyrex. No, because it's all about money and clicks and views, and that's all people give a fuck about on here. Yeah. So they hang over there, like Vegas Valley now. Like, so Vegas Valley is like, they're all kind of connected. They're all meshed in together. Vips is obviously going into Katie's live streams and stuff like that. Now, I don't even know Katie knows this, but Vips is also a pedophile worse than John. Like, her live chat just keeps improving drastically. And everything's just like connected. It's just one big mesh. And at this point, everybody might as well just like take their pitchforks and just burn it all down to the ground. So, oh my God. Summer Beach, you are a fucking OG to remember that. Jesus Christ. That was only up for like a week. For you to remember that in 2020, yikes. That had like, oh my God, that had like 23K people request to be in there. Like, I had to have like so many admins because Michael Long and, oh my God, what's that guy's name? That Michael Long's buddy? And Courtney had posted my Facebook group that I made the T one. And this, I'm on about like the first ever one, if you're on about that one. And he posted it in that 300K Facebook group. Oh my God, it was such a nightmare. It was such a disaster. And it lasted like 3 days. And I lost my Facebook. I was like, no. Because I had the two faces. Because I was like, no fucking way. It was wild. And now Katie's trying to go into the true crime community. Good luck. I hate to tell you, bitch. Your card's marked, you can't. Good luck. You'll last maybe a couple of months. And then when they figure out your shit, or you piss somebody off and somebody does an exposure on you, good riddance. I don't know if you know the rules over there, but they're real strict. True crime community. Oh. Disabled people being targeted. You being aligned to certain people. Doxing a kid. No. Okay. NO, you will be ran out of there like a fucking stray dog. Seriously, so fast. They even find out that you fucked with an employment and you shared employees with me. Oh my God, Katie. You don't even realize. Oh, they're brutal over there. Them bitches are fucking brutal, okay? They do not play about any shit like that. Like, really don't. And they don't just get their like, they will do like 20 fucking live streams in a row, and they do not like that shit. People's entire lives have been destroyed over in that community for like doing shit. And then you end up getting like covered on like clip channels. They don't stop. Like, it's bad. Oh, it's very hard to have a channel over there. Like, you really, really, if you get in the true crime and community and you get established for a couple of years and you have a channel, you're very lucky because they're very picky about who they have in. And it's hard to get in there and get settled. Like, they got their clicks, they got their rules. They want you to fire everything. They don't even want you to cover cases if you haven't put in. And by that means, if you ain't put in the work and you ain't fired shit and you ain't reading the correct court documents, or you make one fucking hiccup, they have rules about who you're meant to platform and who you're not meant to platform. They have rules about you people in your live chat. They have big rules about people who grift and make money. You get caught telling a lie over there, they'll stop the whole day, and everybody will cover you being the biggest liar in the room. Oh no, they hate the RO shit. They hate the ROs, 100%. Oh no, you can't ask the chat if you're correct. They take you seriously. They look at you like a public figure, and that's one thing, Kate, you need to get with the program. Okay, so I went over there, right? And I started my channel, and I had instant success, like immediate success. First video, 50k views, immediate success. Facebook group, popping, immediate success. Well, hey bitch, nice to meet you. You're now a public figure in the true crime community. We want to know everything about you and your personal life. And I got doxxed in front of 300k people, and I had like thousands of people looking into me and pulling every single thing that you could possibly imagine about me, my friends, my family, everything that you could possibly imagine, and putting it out there. Like Squishy, she was one of the people that obviously was doing it. That's how I ended up meeting her. And she was obviously anonymous, and I met her, and that's why I doxed her back, found her identity. But like, that's what people did. That was the rule over there. So I literally started and didn't realize that if you do shit in the true crime community and you have a channel, you're viewed as a public figure. Okay. So by being a public figure, they have the right to go and do that stuff and look into that stuff. And you just have to go, well, I'm rather okay with it or I'm not, and make the decision for yourself and take down your channel, take down your platforms. And if you move along, you move along, and they don't give a shit. And your doxers obviously they can't erase all the history they've done, like putting shit out, but they do, they let you move on. But ultimately, you become people regularly look to see like what's going on with you, like if you've been arrested, if you've got any court cases, like they just keep an eye on you, like keep updated with you. And you have to be willing to do that. Like I personally didn't mind. I just didn't like the direction that everything was involving like kids, and I didn't like the Summer Wells case, so that's why I stepped away. And I was only passionate like about certain things. So yeah, but good luck to Katie. Katie doesn't want to be doxxed. Well, sorry, Katie, you'll have other people over there if you go over there, and no matter, because there's so many clicks, whoever you align with, the other side is going to look into you, call you by your legal name, check your credentials. They're going to go over, analyze your entire live stream if you fuck up in a child case. Oh my God. Like, good luck to you. You think it's bad over here, like people scolding you? Good luck. Some of those bitches have 20k in their live chat. Their chats are bouncing. Good luck fucking up over there. Some of them get over 100k views. Like, good luck to you. Yeah, okay, so Lips created like more trouble for herself. She was like on that guy's channel for a long time, and Lips was like a very controversial person. When I was over there, I just stuck to the true crime case that I wanted to follow. Mine was like long played out because the person kidnapped and went on the run. It had a good core audience, the regular nightly audience, that people were interested in it. Like, it never got boring, it never got tired, it never got old. Everybody wanted to see him get eventually found. So Lips wasn't involved in one thing. She was like more in the drama side of it. With all the other bigger channels, like it was really just me, Glara, Annie, Elise, Critical K. Oh my God, Summer Beach, you were with Critical K, weren't you? I remember you now. I remember you in Critical K's live chat. Yeah, Mark Terry. Oh, Queen Bee. Okay, yeah. No, Queen Bee. Queen Bee started in the Facebook groups as well. The Michael Long one, the Long hoax, that was it. with what's her name, and she's got her own channel now. And there was Brandy, and I still speak to Brandy, but there was oh fuck, her name slipped my mind. Yeah, I get it, but things just go that way. I think so. Yeah, no, it wasn't Captain Napkin. I'm on about the Facebook group, the Long Hoax Facebook group. It was Brandy, and there's a woman now that does true crime on YouTube, right? And I helped her start a channel, like get going. Oh God, what's her fucking name? And she kind of like involved in some of the Ernie Shell stuff because of the Summer Wells. Do you know what? I completely forgot her name, but that's where I know that the OG started in that Facebook group. Yeah, she was like, she was good friends. Yeah, Captain Napkin. Oh my God, I doxed her too, to be honest. No, not J for Justice. No. Hold on, I'm gonna get her name. I got thingy with her. Damn it! Give me a second, because this bugging me now. And you guys know her because Nicolina shares her out. It was Brandy, and she started the Long Hoax. Sorry, guys. I kicked myself from the studio. Okay, so her name was Crimes, Lies, Lines and Lies. That was it. But she used to go by her real name. in the Facebook group and she's the one who started the long hoax. And like, I used to do like, I did a few lives of her for her. So, but they were the good old days. Right, I'm nearly finished. Yeah, I accidentally kicked myself out the blimmin' StreamYard. So I couldn't remember what she changed her new Facebook and YouTube channel and all that too. Because I used to know her by the long hoax. Oh my god, no! What happened the other day? I haven't seen. I know. I used to like hang around and stuff like that. Because that's where Queen Bee used to hang around too in the long hoax. We all did. We were all centered around the long hoax, and then Brandy and Crimes and Lines fell out with each other, and obviously I was friends with Brandy. And then she'd already started her YouTube channel because I promoted it and I like helped her get to monetized. And then she went off and like did her own thing. And then she changed her name to Crimes Lines and stuff. Oh my god, how did they? Were they fighting? Yeah, that's where you knew her from. Yeah, she's the one who started the long hoax. And she used to do it for Critical K. Remember when Critical K used to have control of the group? Brandy and Crimes and Lines were like pushing and backing up Critical K, and they were pushing all of our live streams. Like they're the reason, like what got Critical K started on this on that kidnapping. So, and then they fell out, and then they promoted my live streams, and that because that was like a good group to be promoted in. Hey, Tessie. Oh yeah, the Queen Bee stuff. Oh yeah, Chris Watts Islands. Yeah, well, okay, this is the craziest shit, right? You all know Chris Watts, yeah? Okay? You all know Critical K? Okay. So you know Critical K is one of the YouTubers that lives by the rule that if you are a YouTuber on YouTube, you're a public figure. Well, obviously, I started covering the same case as her, and she wanted to look into me too. And she was like, hey, welcome to the true crime community. And this is how it was. It's like, hey, welcome to the true crime community. I'm the top bitch around here. I've been here years. Check my, like, that's the type of energy Critical K was on, okay? And she had been around. She was like solid. She was like well established. And this is where my famous clip comes from, where I'm apparently doxing kids, okay? That it is not kids. So the K that I mention is Critical K, okay? So first introduction to Critical K is she doxes me. And she's like, you want to be in the true crime community? Well, guess what, bitch? You're a fucking a public figure now. Miss Louise Caley Douglas, blah, 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 this address, like, doxes me, okay? Yes, I do. I remember him. Yeah, I did debate her. Me and her ended up having a weird relationship. Like, the debates were good. I fucking love that shit now. Okay, they were lit. I actually kind of miss that type of stuff. Like, I really do. Like, sometimes every single time I check in with people, they're like, you should come back. You should come back. And I do miss that type of stuff over there. Yeah, so that's how Critical K was, right? She was like, she was just rough around the edges, and that was my introduction to her. Like, hey, you're getting doxxed, okay? So I went live, and I was like, well, I remember she had her children involved in her live streams, and they were involved in the Chris Watts, and they were going out there. And obviously now there's a big Netflix documentary on her. She's in the Chris Watts documentary. Her and her family are like entirely docs on they're in the biggest grossing network documentary there is. So I and in that clip you quite hear me say, well, Critical K, if you're gonna look into me and my entire family, I'm gonna dox you and your sons and your kid, okay? So I proceed to then say her legal name, and I proceed to then say like her husband's, and I go through her fucking family and her address, okay? And her boat. And she had a boat. Obviously, they snipped off the part where I say the names. So Critical K doxed me as an introduction. I then responded and doxed her. Now they try and tell it as, in this clip, which German dude passes around to no end, and Katie got them to post on fucking Kiwi Farms. They try and tell it like I'm out there like doxing kids, minor kids. I don't fucking think so. Critical K's kids are older than me. Oh my god, they would be in such a good debate. It would be wild. Like, it was all nuts back then. And that's what I mean. Katie thinks she's going to go over there and get involved in shit. The fuck you ain't. The fuck you ain't. Good luck hate bonding, Katie. And that is like typical hate bonding. Good luck with that. Like, that community is cutthroat. Okay? And one fucking mistake will cost you dearly. It really will. They will have you sweating. They will fucking... There's no room for errors and mistakes. Trust and believe. Okay? And if you fuck up, you end up like getting posted not on like 1 or 2 clip channels. You don't have to worry about like L. Kennedy's. You have to worry about like a huge fucking community where there's like hundreds of fucking clip channels, and they don't just put you in there as like your YouTube name, blame Katie. They'll put Kathleen Klein. Okay? Like, it's wild. You have to like really be on your shit in that community. It was not for the faint-hearted, and you had to like make sure you got everything right. And that's why like I enjoyed being done with it and just be like, oh, be done, peace, move on. And I took a long ass break until like obviously the Penguin and JoJo stuff happened, and I came back for the JoJo stuff, wrapped that fight up, left victorious, and then came back, met because I was only here a short time, got taken into Ernie Shell community by Katie, and Katie and Bird took me in, absolutely 100%. And then Katie obviously got into the Cyrix bullshit like not long after I was there, like maybe 5.5 months. And I was just getting ready to leave because it was all come to an end. And I was just getting ready to leave and dip out and bounce. And then the whole Cyrix shit happened. I was like, good lordy. Okay, good lordy. But I have said, like, I've said this many times, I'd had it pretty easy online. And like since 2020, I had it easy. I was always like on top. I was always like coming out on top. I was always like having it real easy ride. And then when I divided from like a large majority of people, I needed to go through like what I went through. I needed to see like a darker side to the internet. I needed to see like I needed that. So I wouldn't change anything that's happened this entire like last year. It was good for me. It was good for me to see that type of stuff, because typically I just go live and I don't see anything else. Like I don't venture out, and it was like a huge learning lesson. Things, what not to do, and I think that's what Katie needs to have. I think Katie needs to have a reality check moment. I think she needs this, but I don't think she's going to learn from it. I think she's just going to carry on being the same dumb bitch that she's always been, and I think she's going to carry on involving other people. So I'm just going to flick through these screenshots, and now I'm going to get off. And sorry, went like down. We started talking about my old community and stuff. I was meant to be on the Katie show. I set the whole thing up. I brought in William, making everyone think we were going in on Ernie. We did it. It was fun. But my chess move was to get William to be seen by Nick. And now Katie's chess move is to get Nick to be seen by Kiwi Farms. Okay? And everybody knows what Nicolina's like. If you go poking Nicolina for a while, she eventually pokes back. And it's real ironic for her, Tyler, and this other idiot to sit up on the panel last night and go, you never, ever, ever call in the trolls. Well, the trolls were already there. They've been fucking with her for weeks. They've been posting shit on there. They've been doing the bidding. At this point, Nicolina's just calling their bluff now. Like, hey, fuck around, find out, do something. Like, that's where it's at. Okay, let me just go to these. I'm nearly done. 1 minute. And I just want to show like how manipulative and user like Katie is. I wish I weren't that actual factual. Bitch, You don't have to wish, you ain't. You're the most unfactual fucking channel there is in this entire community, and it's shown how much you've been propped up. I would send you stuff. Other people would send you receipts. You relied on everybody else to get you through, and now that you don't have anybody else, you've got fuck all. Okay, Katie? You ain't never been the actual factory. You've literally ran with other people's fucking information and work. And and you're bragging about your production team. Well, look at where your production team's got you now, eh? You should have probably stick with Chicky. Chicky would have been better off for you, okay? Talking about production, you had 400 people in your live chat when Chicky was helping with production. Now you got Michelle, and look where that's going for you. Because I'm so tempted to go live and just lie my ass off on her. Katie, you lie all the time and go live about Nicolina and lie your ass off. And make her make crazy shit up. I know you get tempted at your grown-ass self, right? As an adult, to go live, make up lies on people and just lie your ass off. I know. And then she goes, but I could never. Now remember, she says, but she could never dox. And she did plenty of doxing. She's done this countless times to people. She's even got Virgo to lie for her. But I'm tempted. And then she starts talking about Steph in the other messages. And then she goes, if I go live on Cyrex, he will be so mad. She's constantly trying to go live on Cyrex to piss people off. And guess what, Katie? You promoted the fuck out of Cyrex last night. And you advertised that fucker. And I got told you only had 70 people in your live chat, bitch. You're not getting the 1K, 2K people like you got before, are you? Okay, it's not really working out for you. And the reason why she does that is she wants to put somebody's like William's name in the title. She wants to put somebody like Cyrex's name in the title, or somebody else from like these other communities with more of a following than what we have over here in this community. And she's doing that to just get them to like bite the bait, come in the live chat, turn it on. And then she wants to go into talking about whoever she's got her sights or goals on. It's just a way to rope them in the live stream and to get extra viewership. And really, what she did last night was promised about Cyrex and then spent most of the live stream rambling on about Nicolina and then went into Cyrex bullshit. Another example of like her trying to get people to go after Nicolina. When we talk to Wings, will you bring it up? He hates me, so if you bring it up, it would be nicer probably about us defending ourselves, and maybe he can go after them, okay? Always wanting someone else to go after people. And you confidently say it. You say it so publicly. Like, and these people on Kiwi Farms, they fucking hate Wings, right? They do. They hate all of them. Their entire threads focused on him, okay? This dumb bitch wanted to be friends with him so badly, okay? And wanted to team up with him to go after Nicolina. Guess what? She ended up having to go to the bottom of the barrel, you fuckers, to team up with. And you're the only idiots that took her in on her offer. And the same way she said this to me, I guarantee her DMs are exactly the same to you. Maybe you guys can go after her. Bionicles, maybe you can go after Nicolina for me. Again, asking for clips on Nicolina. Absolutely fucking obsessed since 2024. And you say that you're not bothered and you're not hyper-focused. You absolutely are. Like, what does Wings and them say about her? If we can get Wings and them to unite with us, it would maybe get her run off for good. How do we get that to happen? I got your back. What time are you going live? And obviously I told her no. We all seen my response 50 times over. Again, that guy, Wings, in your comments, who we need to convince that Tonic and Nick and Ernie are the evil ones. Like, constant. And then she's telling me again, he's in my chat. And then she goes, you have things incorrect, Caley. Because I said in my live stream, stop messaging me, Katie. Because I was currently live at the time. And instead of replying to her in the DMs, I replied to her on my live stream. I was like fucking pissed. And then I eventually messaged her and said, if it's really him, he doesn't want to hear about them. Like, good lordy, bitch. Good lordy. Again, all the doxers are down. You think Kate will be like, oh, chuffed. Okay, all the doxers are down. You know, this is great. No, Satan's going to be pissed. All she cares about is Nicolina and Nicolina's fucking reaction. I don't get why Marks and them won't go after Satan. Now, Katie just had how many live streams? Every single time that this bitch goes live, she has them doxed in her live chat. Marks. other people on here. They're all getting doxxed. There's stock accounts now with doxes all over Katie's live chat. We don't even know these fucking people. It's so fucking random and so weird. They're not even over here in our community. Like, what is happening? Okay. Katie's got family members in her live chat fucking being doxxed. The craziest shit is going on in our live chat, okay? Now, if somebody came in my live chat, right, with Katie's grandma or a mother's details or her people from her live chat, you know, her moderators, her friends, what does Katie do? Katie goes and files an RO, a restraining order, okay? She goes and cries about it for an entire year, but she's got no problem doing the same what she's currently been doing, and those doxers have been in her live chat and it's been brought to her attention many times. They've consistently stayed in her live chat for the last 2 weeks. So if anybody wants to come in my live chat with Katie's family members and dox them, you are more than willing to do that, okay? We're going to go by Katie's logic and Katie's rules. Yep, lurking user always blocking the doxers from here. Fuck no, no more. She literally had people's family members in her live chat last night. She had people's, she has done the most. We have hit a brick wall now with Katie where Nicolina feels the same, I feel the same, everybody else feels the same. You want to try and get Shannon harmed, you want to try and get Nicolina harmed, you want to try and get all these people added to lists, you've got a live chat full of fucking doxers. Okay then, bitch, you can get doxed too now, okay? Your family can get doxed too. We're going to go by your logic and your rules. Like, I'm wanting people to go after fucking Nicolina all the time. Oh, absolutely. That's all she does. She literally goes around and seeks places out. There's no reason for you to join a Discord unless you want to engage with somebody in the Discord and there's an ulterior motive and there's a purpose behind it. There's an agenda. And we all knew exactly what she wanted. And that's why she originally went over to that community with William. And she went over there to tell William about Nicolina. And she ended up going into Kennel Kickers. And she wanted to go over there and tell them probably about Nicolina too. She probably thought like people in there would give a fuck about the clip of Marty. Okay, not allow any threats of doxing of Katie or her mods and go after Tonic and Satan. There's a consistent pattern, but yet your live chat is full of doxers, Katie. Make it make sense. Like, again, complaining about Nicolina, wanting things to happen to Nicolina. Again, crying about Nicolina's live streams. You should let Satan on your panel and make a fool of herself. Now, the reason why I wanted to share this, Katie, Mama T asked for a link, I asked for a link, everybody's asked for a link on your panel, but you know what you've never done? Drop the fucking link. You promised the other day you were going to let Mama T up, right? William even said, let her up, let her speak to you. Michelle said, let her up, let her speak to her. Same way, I went over your live chat. The reason why you can't add people to your fucking panel and you want everybody else to do the dirty work, like you want other people to bring Satan up. And Satan's Nicolina, for people that don't know. Like, you wanted other people to bring Nicolina up all the time on the panels, but you're such a scared, weak bitch. You will never, ever, ever have anybody up on your panel. Because why? Because that means all your lies will unfold. Mama T coddled you like a weak fucking bitch that you are and wouldn't even let anybody go up on her panel when the interview was happening. Because that means that Kate can sit on the panel and try and ignore the live chat while she just projects bullshit lies out of her mouth repeatedly. On repeat. Like, and nobody can say anything to her verbally, because if somebody goes up on the panel and they call her out and they produce a receipt or they call it, like, they debunk her bullshit, Katie will literally have a meltdown and be in floods of tears, and she will have a panic attack, and she will have a real life panic attack on that panel. And when I say panic attack, actual panic attack when she is fully verbally confronted. Okay? That's what people don't know about Katie. If you verbally confront her, it all falls apart. And that's why she has to keep in a little safety bubble, in a little hug box. And yep, she starts crying. She cannot cope with it. She is very mentally fucked up person. Good lordy. Oh my god, even your dead horse. Jesus Christ. Well, this is the thing, like, Katie caused all these problems, and like, Katie wants to do it to other people, bitch. Now, blame everything on me and Nicolina, okay? And no other communities are involved. They fucking left. They've been and gone. You wanted to take your new fight and your new avenue, okay? Well, the other people have been ignoring you. They've left you alone. They've moved on, right? They're not even over in this community. Well, me and Nicolina said it quite clearly on her live stream. She wants all the smoke. And she's already like, Nicolina has got something so good, bitch. You're going to be in shock. Okay? It's going to hit you to your core. Like, you're going to get offline, you dumb bitch. You're going to be so shaken up. It's going to be fabulous. Okay? So I'm going to get off. I'm done with this. And I'll catch you all later. And just remember, Katie, you started all these problems yourself. Do you know what you should probably do? And I love giving you like a little bit of advice at the end of it is, if you don't want to be doxxed and you don't want all this real life shit, then you should probably remove all the doxers from your live chat. And you should probably ask your little buddies on Kiwi Farms to not do you know the same way that you asked me not to go real life and other people not to go real life as it might fall back on you? Yeah. Well, you should probably ask them, and maybe they might give a fuck about you just a tiny, tiny smidge. Okay. Otherwise, continue on the path that you want to go down. And like I said, me and Nicolina already, whenever the first thing happens to Nicolina and these people put their money where their mouth is, we are going to start on you so fucking bad. Okay? We're going to get all riled up, and we're already all on Facebook anyways. Everybody's already friends with Facebook on Nicolina's Facebook. We are locked in. We are ready. And like the girl said, we ride at dawn, and we will call you out. Okay? Yeah, just a smidge. Just a smidge. Right, take care, everybody. Have a good one.